Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to the live stream now. Day one of the Superbet Rapid and Blitz here in Poland, Warsaw. And Amruta, we faced a bit of challenges with the internet, but we hope that we have, surmounted them. Can we get to see if everything is fine? Can we ask our viewers if it is working okay?
Yes, let's check also for us over here. It's good now. Yes, perfect. Looks good. Oh, wow.
Okay, let's hope that it stays like that, guys, because at the start, the other stream was also working fine. But maybe we will be able to. You can see Praggnanandhaa right now under some pressure against MVL. He has a weak pawn on d5, and here you can see him just trying to make use of this knight on h4, putting pressure here. Guys, please let us know if it is working fine now, whether it is lagging, not lagging. If you could tell us, we would be very grateful. Just keep on telling us a little bit. अभिरूप से सागर भाई नया घर लिया नहीं? अभी तक तो नहीं लिया भाई, सब कुछ सेम ही है. No lag, it's working now, Sagar bhai. No lag, no lag. Working says Tushar bhai. Arre bhai, बढ़िया.
Stream is okay.
Okay.
Oh God.
Okay.
That is challenge. That was challenging, but it's super good. ठीक है then. अभी Prag, Sagar, the pawn has. This game is so interesting. अभी के लिए that sack mate होने वाला है क्या?
Yeah, maybe Prag could get some attacking chances, Amruta, but not so sure because it's not so simple to get like a super attacking position because MVL is so well coordinated.
Absolutely. But guys, you can look at the bishop on e6, eyeing at the h3 g2 guy. f4 pawn is deadly over there. e5 pawn is a passer for white, similar with black's d4 d5 pawn as well. Which one is going to be stronger? Whether it is going to get into the endgame or there is a deadly attack incoming.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, the bishop comes up to d3.
And 11
Prag,
minutes.
Prag
Yeah?
has 11 minutes and he plays. He's made his move. He goes rook g7. Amruta, he's trying for g5, g4.
Now that looks very creative, but first of all, if knight takes h4, queen takes h4, and the knights get exchanged, queen f3, looks okay, yeah?
Looks great for white, but Amruta, Prag has an idea. Let's push, and get the checkmate rolling here.
Yeah, this does look a bit scary, but the bishop on e6 is a blockader. Imagine it moves.
So what is a good move for white here? Actually, white has a tremendous move here, which is not at all easy to find. But guys, can you spot it? It's beautiful move actually.
Oh my god. Is it a deadly move?
Yes, it's a very, very classy move here. I don't know if people can find it here. It's not at all easy, but white to play.
Oh my god. Okay, and Anushka says, Sagar bhai, your hair is flying today.
Oh, I am P with triple exclamation has got it right. Bishop
Yes!
F5 and Yash Patil as well. You take and then check here. King has to move away. And then Amruta E6 unleashing this bishop attacking here.
Oh my god. I actually thought after bishop f5 directly e6. Not a good idea, kya?
That's also possible. I'm sure E6, but it's maybe allows bishop E4. So first the check is very helpful. By the way, Prag is under pressure. Let's look at what Arvind is up to, Amruta, because Arvind is here right now.
They're playing such a slow game for class rapid, like 12 minutes with Arvind, 11 minutes with Deac, only 14 moves and बहुत slow चल रहा है.
हाँ, but the thing is, Amruta, if you look at it, d4, rook e8, bishop f4, knight d7, he goes knight d2, knight goes to f8, rook e1, and now bishop g5. Knight jumps into d5. The knight is well placed in the center.
But I love Arvind's bishop on the b1 h7 diagonal. There is a pressure on h7 which is forever. Dark square bishops might get exchanged, but because Arvind is having the pawn on d4, he has slightly more space in the center. And with all of these things coming together, there might be slight initiative for Arvind.
Yeah, maybe Amruta just taking here and then looking for h4, h5 could be an
Looks
idea.
good.
But the problem is, of course, if you go h4, I will take rook e1, queen
H4 is
e1,
hanging.
and then just snatch the pawn. So it's not
Oh, wait,
so
wait,
easy.
wait. Snatch the pawn on queen e4. You have knight g6 back.
Yeah, that was a great double attack, LPDO, but it did not work out. Knight goes back. And
Wait. c4.
oh, you are trying to get this rolling. And guys,
Oh.
what's the only move for black here? Let's see, Amruta, if we have the chat chess moves working today.
We actually do have. We had set it up. And now that the stream is going fine. Rupa says, I love your videos. Kya baat hai? Amazing. And Rupa also says, are you fine, Sagar sir? I am 12 years old. And tomorrow I'm going to play the France Championship.
Oh, wow. That is
Arey, all the
amazing.
best.
All the best, Rupa, and do your best. Maybe you will become the French champion in your age group. And let's see if we have more answers here.
Yeah, we have Vinidorus saying knight b4.
Yes.
Harshit also saying king, he wants to say knight b4. But not Harshit Raja. He's Harshit Goel.
Amruta, knight b4 is a brilliant move. Now queen takes b7 is met with knight takes c2. Well done, everyone who has answered this. This is
I'll
great
not
job.
stop here because I feel the c2 knight could get trapped. So rook c1, but then the knight goes back to b4.
Yes, and maybe you want
And
to
a3
still try.
1 second. Wow, this
But
is
then I
amazing
jump
line.
here and this must
Yeah,
be fine.
finally, I think it's done. It's done with the calculation.
Oh, by the way, Amruta, look at what he's done. He's gone bishop a4. He's attacking here. And you can't take this. You lose your queen. Oh my god, that's an amazing move by Arvind. He's forcing the move c6. Closing down the bishop, it seems.
No, what happens for rook f8? One second.
I mean, rook f8 is just passive. You know, you have to go back from the open file.
But c6 is so much more passive.
But he
Look,
did
c6
play
is you
c6.
cannot go back again.
Amruta, he played c6.
Wow,
and
then bishop a4 was an amazing move, yeah, by Arvind.
I like-
Provoking him.
You know,
Okay.
Amruta, Arvind, for the first time ever, is going to play in Grand Chess Tour. It's his first big appearance here, and I think there's a lot at stake. Let's go. People are
Absolutely.
saying Prag is under pressure, guys. We also have a full screen video of both these players, and I want to show you Prag here. He's so focused, Amruta. Look at him. And we also have the times on the clock of Praggnanandhaa and MVL. We can see that for now, 9 minutes for Praggnanandhaa, 14 minutes for MVL.
Great setting here on OBS, Sagar. This is a nice angle. And Prag, who is under pressure in the first round, MVL is white and he loves such crazy positions. What do you think? Can Prag get out of these problems?
He is in trouble for sure here. And I think Prag is very, very resourceful. But I'm not sure if he will manage to create something here. I can think of putting my rook on d8. He takes on f3. But I think Amruta's idea is to go g4, g5, g4. But the d5 pawn would hang after bishop takes and MVL not on the seat.
Oh, yeah. He has a lot of time, 13 minutes. So he's looking at other games as well. By the way, oh yeah, Arnav, you're going to play your tournament. Amazing. 300 players. You know, we are going to have a break in between and we can discuss more about your chess and chess improvements as well. But for now, a tensed game.
Amruta, Rudra is saying Prag is wearing that suit which made him the Tata Steel Chess 2025 champion.
Arey, baapre,
kya hi
what a
observation.
memory.
And MVL comes. You can see how MVL quickly comes, moves, takes the bishop, gets himself adjusted in the chair. He's
My
looking.
God. Come on, Prag. You have to play fast now.
Prag, of
Let's
course.
go. Yeah, he goes rook d8, I guess.
He plays his rook to d8, defending this pawn. It makes a lot of sense because Prag has a direct idea, Amruta. Even if his position is worse, he has g5, h5 and g4. Of course, h5 very difficult because the bishop is looking here.
That's why after g5, you really don't have g4, which is like a powerhouse with h5.
Yeah.
And that's what MVL has understood. He's a very good attacker. So until the d5 pawn is there blocked, that should be okay. But the moment white gets it out, I think it is dangerous. Bishop d4, and MVL says you can take my bishop. I don't mind. And double bishop advantage is something fine. But even without it, I'm doing fine.
Amruta, if you take here, queen d4, the bishop is very passive. The pressure here increases. The rook starts to enter down the c file. I don't think that Prag in his sane mind would want to take here, but then MVL will try to get his bishop into d6.
Yeah, and I don't think you can stop that.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
man.
looking bad. Rudra Abhishek says Prag will prevail, but dosto, how? He's looking under a lot of pressure.
Ooh, yeah, let's try to see actually what should he do over here.
He's moving his queen. I think he wants to move his queen to, he goes to g5, Amruta.
Okay.
He stopped his g pawn from moving. I'm not so sure what is. He has an idea of
No,
chop
but
chop.
bishop h3 is always dangerous. e6. Yeah, I don't think white minds giving up that pawn. But he's kept it. He's kept a queen over there and asked white, what's your next idea?
I mean, white has a great move here, which is bishop to b6. And Amruta, after rook d7, when you move up, I have a question here for the chat. There is an amazing exchange sacrifice that white can go for. What is it? White to play.
How can you make such a question like so easy?
प्रज्वल से calm down सागर. अरे दोस्तों calm down तो करना रहता तो स्ट्रीम नहीं करता. घर पे कामली बैठा था मैं. But now
पूरा काम ही करके आया है. But Sagar, how ask such a question? Exchange sac when there is only one possibility over here.
Yes, Som says rook takes c6. Amruta, Rudra Khatri, Sanin Krishna. Arey, bhai, Ruhan Singh takes boom. B takes c6 and now queen c2. And this is actually, Amruta, this requires great understanding to give such an exchange sacrifice.
Wow.
Because now after queen takes c6, you get into the heart of the position. With the knight standing here, it was very difficult to get in. So this is something which Prag has to be very careful about.
I don't think MVL is thinking about that though.
It could be.
Because you feel like you have an advantage. Why to give material?
Yeah, that's true, Amruta. And I want to draw our attention to the game between Aravindh Chithambaram here and Deac Bogdan. We can see Arvind has more time on the clock, Amruta.
Yes.
9 minutes, while Deac has 7 minutes 48 seconds. Oh, sorry, it's the other way. Arvind has 7 minutes 48 and Deac has 8 minutes 51 seconds. But
And
it's so
there is
intense.
only one open file. If the rooks get exchanged, this could very well go into something like an equality. Only thing is it's rapid. So towards the end, कुछ भी हो सकता है.
Yeah.
Normally mistakes, when do they happen? Whenever we are in jaldi. Whenever we are in a rush, whenever we are in a hurry, we'll forget our home keys, we'll lock the door and then like, अरे अभी क्या करें? Now what?
And Amruta, you could see like the last move that Arvind played, he brought his queen here and he wants to bring his rook in. Jaldi.
Do you know which was the world champion who would like to keep his who would keep his queen on f1 or f8 so many times?
Anatoly Karpov.
Are
Is it right?
yes.
I hardly think I don't. I remember that one famous game where he played Queen F1. It's a great.
He would go queenies and queen f8. He was very good. You'll find many games of his.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, Mark Gajjar says, when I'm not able to fall asleep, I'm stressed. I listen to Sagar's commentary. It is very soothing. Love it. Arey bhai.
Oh yeah, Sagar's voice really amazing. I mean, he could have become a singer, but I think he never found his potential over there. But I did fall in love with his voice.
Amruta, it's too much to say that my voice puts people to sleep. By the way, he's going to move his knight. He brings it back to f6 here. He plays his knight to f6. My feeling is that you go rook e1, play g3, play h4. Yes, you weaken this diagonal, but on the other hand, you also take away squares from the knight, basically.
I would say Arvind is very well in control.
Yeah.
And has the initiative. I mean, it's good that he's able to maintain the initiative, equal time. First game after, he has been, what is his classical rating? 2-7?
27448 or something like 2742 maybe,
Wow.
or maybe more, because he's world number 11 right now, Amruta.
Yeah, and to sustain that position, we have seen is one of the toughest tasks to have. In spite of having less time, like the players are getting up and seeing other games. Can we
Yeah.
look at? Can we keep shifting between the two games?
Yeah,
in
let's
between,
go
in
to
between?
Praggnanandhaa's game now.
Oh yeah. So let's.
So rook d7 played here.
Will he capture rook takes c6? I don't think so, guys. What do you think? Is rook c6 going to happen
Amruta,
or
I
not?
think he will take it. I think he will take it.
What does the chat think? I'm very interested
He
to
will.
know.
Look at MVL. Let's go full screen, Amruta. This is the moment where we have to see if MVL can do it here.
Okay.
He's
says
burning his
he
time.
will.
Guys, we don't want to right now show you the board. We just want to focus on MVLs. Will he take the rook and snatch that knight on c6?
It also depends on what else is he looking at. What else is the move? No, rook c6. No way. That's tough, says Jeel. I agree with you. Rudra says yes. Okay, but if MVL plays that move, I mean, really OP understanding for sure then.
Absolutely. It's a very, very key
He will
moment in
see
the
it.
game.
He will look at it for sure.
No, he
The
understands. The thing is, of course, with these players, whether they feel that first round, you are feeling like, is it the moment for me to strike? Amruta, should I do it or not? And so on. Let me put the board here so that people can also notice it. Rook takes c6 is what we are saying right now. MVL there is thinking. Oh, time ho jata hai. Oh no, he didn't take. He
Bishop
played bishop
C5.
c5, which is also good. So it's not really a huge problem. Bishop c5 going into d6.
Exactly. But okay, bishops, because you don't want to give material when you're already better and when you have options to be better. Look at him.
MVL.
Now it does
He's like-
feel like he missed it.
Yeah, he's thinking there what to do. And guys, he wants to put his bishop on d6 and then chop off the pawn on d5. I think it's time for us to head over to the other view. Guys, do you like this view as well? Here, bishop d6 and he wants to take on d5. Do you prefer this where there is so many things happening, or do you prefer here where there are not?
Simplicity or no?
Oh, Prag pushes d4.
What?
What the hell? Prag is basically saying to MVL, I'm trying to get more activity, but Amruta bishop d6.
No, first question. Bishop takes c6. B takes c6 to the chat. Bishop takes d4.
Yeah.
It's a mistake. Still not
It's
as
actually
much.
playable because Amruta, there is no way to increase pressure
I
here.
thought
You
bishop
can't.
h3 here and
Yes.
e6 is always a problem.
But look at this move. Queen f3. If you take on d4, I take on h3. If you play bishop g4, saving this, I take on c6, which is an incredible move. And after rook d4, guys, white to play. I want at least 10 of you to answer this. Let's see.
Only 10?
Only 10 because Amruta, we don't have too many people here today. We have
800 people, Sagar.
Okay,
800.
we want more people, guys. Please do like the stream. Please do follow this tournament. Yes, Queen E8. We have Jeel Patel, Vatsal Singla. Yes. People are getting into the zone.
We only 10 people and 800. Check CCM, Sagar. We need to show it. How many people have found it?
Yeah, there are many, it seems, Amruta. Oh, wow. There are so many. I don't know. to the board again, Amruta, where we have Praggnanandhaa right now thinking after bishop d6, which is the best move found by MVL. MVL is telling Prag, we are not giving you... okay, maybe the voice was gone when we went to CCM. We will just, chat chess move scene because there was nothing there. So I will... Here. Just put this in and here both, and then voice will come.
Oh, but this is new.
Yeah, it is new. But guys, right now, sorry we didn't have the voice there, but 32 of you found the right answer there to queen e8 mate. Well done. Now okay. Voice aa gaya.
आवाज आ गया. Okay, bishop d6 on the board, by the way. 5 minutes to Prag and Maxim has 6 minutes there. D file is blocked. Anytime rook c6 still would be idea incoming. The bishop on e6 just doesn't like itself because it is seeing दूर की मंजिल h3 पे है, यहाँ पे है, but whenever it moves there is e6.
Right.
So rook on g7. Now without g5, it's like, what am I doing over there?
Yeah, I mean, all black pieces are thinking, what
Prag
am I
will
doing?
have to wriggle out. What about...
Oh, he sacks. He takes here on h3. It's
but e6?
You know, this pawn can actually start moving forward.
Rook d6 is a big...
e6. There is rook d6 and you lose the piece. So yes.
Horrible.
Maybe, Amruta, the best move here, which bishop takes c6, b takes c6.
Queen f3. Same, yeah?
Queen f3 or rook takes c6 as a mate. So queen f3. But instead, there is another beautiful move here, which is just dropping the bishop back and then threatening e6. And if you go bishop e6 now, again to stop the pawn, this time I take, pawn takes and rook takes, and you will see that I have nothing going on.
Bishop a3. Nobody is going to play bishop a3, Sagar.
Oh, really?
Like, bishop a3, what's the move? Like that bishop on d6. Like, amazing. Sinhasan pe baitha hai. Why is it going to go back over there?
Oh, he takes with the rook. What the hell?
Yes!
No.
Prag has got a chance.
Amruta, it's a great move by MVL because after Prag has to take, I mean, there's no other move. Why is even Prag thinking here? He must take on c6.
Le.
Yes, he takes, and now bishop takes c6 has happened, attacking the rook. And now it's very important for Prag to not move his rook away. For example, if you go rook d8, then maybe bishop d5 check. It's possible. But you know,
d6, how is the move?
Don't even do anything. If he takes, you take back. So let's say, for example, I go back bishop e6. You take, I take, and black here. Oh, sorry, rook takes. Because if you take
E6.
here, e6 will come in. But just take here.
And opposite colored bishop. But queen d4.
No. Queen d4 is a mistake. Guys, here.
Mistake?
Yeah, because f3, Amruta, I'm trying to checkmate you.
Got it.
g3. And the light squares do look a bit weak.
Okay, but an important moment for...
Very
what
important.
about rook takes d6, e takes d6, queen c5, gh... Like,
Amruta, if you do this,
queen c5,
then this is
queen
such a
c5.
strong pawn. No caring about that. I can even go...
Bishop d7 marega.
Check. King f7 and then queen e2 threatening to come in.
Got it.
So that is not working.
Not working at all. And we have 1,000 people, guys, like the stream.
Guys, jaldi like karo, sabko bulao. Let's go. We are covering the Grand Chess Tour 2025. The first leg of the event, the Superbet Rapid and Blitz happening in Poland. And Amruta, very quickly, let's see what Arvind is up to. Aravindh Chithambaram here is playing against Deac Bogdan. And he has a very good position. You can see, Amruta, his pieces are well positioned.
I think the bishop a4 move, provoking c6 was a smart move,
Here,
you know.
Bishop a4, provoking c6, bishop e7, rook e7. And then we reached here, b5, rook e1. And now white is clearly better.
Clearly, would you say that?
Yeah, he's looking quite good, right?
I mean, the computer doesn't say, that's why I'm asking.
No,
but for white, if you look at the position, you love it. The rook on the open file, center looks good. And as we were talking about that bishop, which looks like the hero for now, and the knight jumping on g5. Only thing is, look at Deac. His time is 1 minute 44 seconds. Arvind is having more than 4 minutes. So great time management.
Yeah, absolutely. And Amruta will join us very shortly. She is right now just going to quickly get some work done. Amruta, thank you so much for making this happen. Uh, right now, Queen F8 played. Queen F8 on the board. And Prag is winning. What the hell? No way, Amruta, come back. We can do it next round. We can do it next round.
No, not at all.
Oh my god, what happened, guys? So what happened was after bishop c6, Prag went back, queen d3, he played his bishop back and he chopped off. Guys, he's not winning. It's equal. h5 played by Prag. What is that, Amruta? They say whistle podu. 4 and 5. Prag is safe, guys. क्या बोल रहे हो? Prag is winning, guys. No way, it's equal, but such a huge improvement over what he was facing. And by the way, guys, in the bottom we have all the 5 games bars that are there, which gives you a complete picture of all that is happening. And thank you so much Rakshit bhai in the chat who has built it. रुद्र से सागर भाई का हार्ट रेट बढ़ गया अचानक. अरे दोस्तों एकदम ही ऐसे. And look at this, 4 minutes 57 seconds for MVL. He comes back with his queen. He's better. h4. Let's go, Prag. No, Prag goes rook c8. Not a bad move. Prag wants to get into the camp. He wants to get into the c3 square. अरे ठंडा लो सैम फैल्कन, बाद में लेंगे ठंडा, अभी नहीं. There is no way that we can relax here. Come on. Guys, queen is beautifully positioned. Pawn can move forward if given an opportunity. Right now there is a bishop. Praggnanandhaa is facing French top player MVL and he is right now fighting hard. He had a bad position. Let's go. अरे नाइस कर्टन गाइस. कर्टन तो बहुत नॉर्मल है भाई. दिस इज जस्ट and MVL is thinking now. He isn't making his move. He is thinking about what to do. Prag is like, right now, guys, look at the time. We should look at this full screen. The pressure is mounting. Here you can see MVL's time. 3 minutes 38 seconds. He goes, oh my god, he's blundered. Praggnanandhaa is winning now, guys. Can Prag find a very tough move? F3 and he's winning here. He's completely winning. Why? Because if queen takes f3, let me just show you on the board here. This is a very, very important moment. So, f3. Now, anyway, rook f7 also is very good, but f3. The thing is, I'm threatening mate in 1. If you play queen takes f3, now comes this incredible move, rook f7, attacking the queen. If queen e4, guys, black to play and win. What's the winning move? बहुत ही क्लासी मूव है भाई दोस्तों. दिस इज अ क्लासी मूव. और प्रग जीतने वाला है दोस्तों. Yes, cricket outlook, well done. You are right on the ball. Som, dynamic, unknown. Rook f4 and the queen cannot protect the bishop. मर गया दोस्तों. This is gone. Prag will win. Come on. f3. Prag has 2 minutes 11 seconds. Finds f3. Woohoo! f3 on the board. He's threatening a mate in 1 here. Can't stop it. We have a lot of people joining in, guys. Praggnanandhaa scoring, very close to scoring his first win. Do like the stream. Do call everyone. We want to hit a lot of people in this tournament. Not hit like hit, but hit in terms of viewers. f3 and now it's trouble time because if queen f3, I'm sure MVL spots this. He will go g3. No, this didn't happen, guys. My mouse click. g3 is what he will play. And meanwhile, very quickly, checking what is up with Arvind Chithambaram. Arvind is equal. He's equal here. He's pressing maybe very slightly because his pawns are very well placed. But it's not much. Not working. Okay, anyway, let's get back to Prag's game. Oh, he goes bishop d5. What the hell? He's giving up his queen? That's crazy what MVL is doing. He's the most tricky player out there, guys. And look at the winning move now. Okay, rook f3 is completely winning. Rook f3, bishop e6, king g7, bishop c8. This is winning, rook c3. But, the best move, and it's, I don't know if Prag will find it, is rook c1. It's an absolute killer blow. Why is it a killer blow? If you take here, I just take with a check and then take the queen. But if you take bishop e6, I take on e1, king h2, a check here. It's a mate. You have to block with the queen and I take on f2 and I'm completely winning. Oh, Prag is like thinking what to do. And Prag has 1 minute 40 seconds. Oh, he takes rook takes f3. It's also a fine move. No problem, Praggnanandhaa. Bishop e6. And now Prag has to decide what next. Meanwhile, we have in the other boards, David Gavrilescu winning his game better against Topalov. Fedoseev better against Alireza. Prag better against Maxim. And Arvind and Deac equal. King h7 played. Bishop takes c8. Taken here on c8. And now Prag plays the best move. Rook c3. Attacking the bishop here. The bishop has to move. नहीं चल रहा दूसरा चल रहा था ना कुछ. हाँ, वो उधर ही था, वो पुराना वाला था. So bishop a6 played here. And now, okay, Prag has to be very careful because the white pawn could start rolling down the board. It is definitely some issues at conversion. अरे 1500 viewers आ गए लोगों दोस्तों. That's great. That's great. Guys, we've been struggling with the number of viewers for a few events. I don't know why, what has happened. Maybe the algorithm no longer supports us very deeply. But I am very grateful that all of you are here. क्या पता ये tournament में we'll be back at our initial, like good watching, like 5K, 7K, 10K, कभी कभी 15K, 20K, 50K, सब कुछ गए दोस्तों. We have reached as high as 200K. So right now when we get stuck at 1K, 1.5K, we can't help to think that maybe there is something wrong with our videos not being recommended and so on, which we are hoping that in this tournament will not be an issue. अरे आदित्य भोपाले कैसे हो सागर भाई? लॉन्ग टाइम. थैंक यू आदित्य भाई फॉर कमिंग. क्रिकेट आउटलुक से 7:30 से आईपीएल. अरे दोस्तों आईपीएल में लेकिन इतने सारे लोग तो दोनों भी चालू रख सकते हैं ना, टीवी चालू रख के कंप्यूटर. रुक f1 प्लेड. नाउ जस्ट टेक इट. And Amruta is back.
Yes, Sagar. All good.
All good.
Set.
All good. That's great to know, Amruta. He takes on f1. Bishop f1 has been taken.
हिमाद्री बोल रहा है मैं रेकमेंड नहीं हो रहा है मेरे फोन पे, बट गाइस हो ही जाएगा. Just wait for it. It's gonna be legendary.
Okay, Amruta, queen c1 played. You want to play d3, d2, d1. Of course, he might want to even push his pawn, but your king will come and do the needful. I think Prag is going to play king g8 now. Because his king can take care of this pawn and the queen will take care of this here. So great play here by Praggnanandhaa.
Yeah, pinning that bishop was very important. And if you try to go f3,
yeah,
d3, king f2, you're too late. It's very slow. Insane how it all changed, and Prag down to 37 seconds, but it doesn't matter anymore. All the
Aditya
games are
says,
going
why
well.
is he not resigning? Arey dosto, his queen got kind of into trouble, overloaded. But right now he doesn't want to resign because Prag, there's still some hope. Amruta, g3, king g2, if he can get his bishop. Like imagine, I go e6, you go king f7, then g3, d3, king g2. And if you do push your pawn to d2, there is some hope with a check here. When of course you can take queen c4. But if you don't and you go
No.
here, boom! And a queen. And this is exactly what we don't want.
Oh, Rakshit says to support ChessBase India and to tell the algorithm to push CBI videos, make sure to like the video and ghanti baja do.
Arey dosto, thank you so much. And we have gotten the rights of the videos of Praggnanandhaa and Aravind. So we will be following their games in this Grand Chess Tour, which is very cool. You can watch both the Indians playing. It's one of the best tours in the world of chess right now, where all the top players do play. Magnus is not a full-time tour player, but he will be playing in one of the events as wild card. We will also see Anish Giri playing as a wild card. We will miss Arjun Erigaisi, who would have been great to have in this tour. He definitely deserves to be part of the Grand Chess Tour, but perhaps already too many Indians there.
Yeah, and I think, okay, but maybe next time. He's so much in the top in the rating that he's not going to miss any tournaments. We have a super chat, Sagar.
Shivam Patel says, hope the viewership increases after this super chat. Both of you doing amazing work regardless as always. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's very kind of you. He goes e7, king moves up to f7.
And g3. Oh my god, that is happening. Endon is saying पूरे साल चेस ही देखे क्या सागर भाई चेस टूर्नामेंट्स देख के एल्गोरिदम भी घबरा गया है.
अरे भाई. d3 king. Oh, this happening, Amruta. He did do it. d3 king g2 and queen c6 check, winning the bishop. Praggnanandhaa wins. Let's quickly head over to the game.
First game actually of first round GCT. Prag beats MVL, and let's go to whose game? Arvind.
Arvind has to now save this position. He's in a little bit of worry, Amruta, because he will lose his b4 pawn. He will be a pawn down, knight and queen combo. We all know how dangerous it is. But this is a draw.
Yeah, this looks like he can definitely hold it.
But very tough to do it in 17 seconds, I feel.
True. Wow.
This will not at all be easy.
Yeah, queen and bishop are together. The queens get exchanged, then it should be very easy draw. Because also the pawn structure is very bad. So yeah, queen e4, queen check. Oh, don't take it, I think, because fe5 would give some chances to black. So he doesn't take it. King g1.
Yeah, this one, Amruta, here, black would be very happy because the pawns will simply rush forward. So he's played it like this. And you can see Arvind has 17 seconds. He plays his king up to f2. No, this is too tough actually,
Yeah,
Amruta.
everything's so close that it seems like fork is gonna come. But, Arvind will take care of it. He has to. This is one of the tests also, to sustain there on the top. A great experience for Arvind. But first round, sometimes you're a bit shaky. Arvind was just back from freestyle chess over here.
Yeah, he didn't play particularly great in freestyle chess. But all the fans of S8UL, the man is here, Arvind Chithambaram, who's playing for the team there. And right now he needs to hold a draw against Deac Bogdan, who is really, really strong when it comes to Rapid and Blitz chess. And Arvind is saying, like, if you want to trade queens, I'm happy if you keep your doubled pawns. But I don't want to take.
But then queen 8 check.
Oh, knight g5 comes in. Now this is a problem.
What's the problem? Queen 8 check. Queen endgame should be a not necessarily draw. Because sometimes king pawn endgame you always have to calculate. So he goes queen d3.
Not easy, Amruta, because f5 and knight e4 check also could become a dangerous move there.
Yeah.
Oh, in the chat, we have all the rockets of S8UL, of all the people supporting. Let's go. Guys, do show your support for Arvind Chithambaram, who will represent S8UL in the Esports World Cup.
Aditya is asking, how is Arvind as a rapid player?
Very good. He has won several times the national Rapid and Blitz tournaments. So he's really good. But now he's playing at the world level. He's playing against some of the best players of the world. And this will surely be a big, big challenge for him. But I think he's made for this. He's made for this. This is what he has been trying to achieve, Amruta, all these years.
Absolutely. Just a moment.
Where is Harshit Bhai? Arey, Harshit Bhai is in Sardinia. He is going to start playing either from today or tomorrow. He's playing a tournament in Italy. We will be bringing
tomorrow, right?
his live games. Not live games. We will be bringing his recorded games on our channel. If we can record them and then do our commentary and so on it, we will be doing that. But for now, today, it's all eyes on these top players. We also send the link to Harshit Bhai if he can join from Sardinia. अरे मजा आ गया दोस्तों. Queen F2. The queen goes back to E5, Amruta. And now what do we do? King G1 maybe. Just head over.
Oh, but it's surprising that he's not taking the F3 bishop, yeah?
No. If he takes the F3 bishop, we'll go into a queen endgame.
But
where
I thought
these
black is
pawns
happy.
are all. No. Black is happy only when the pawns get straightened out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You think more chances for black with queen and knight than only queen endgame?
Definitely. Knight will create a lot of possibilities for black because the knight is a very, very pesky creature. And look at Arvind's time, Amruta. He was almost down to like his last seconds when he played King F2. Now Queen comes
but queen
up.
H2, is there anything to worry?
Guys, do you like this view or do you like this view? Please tell us. This is number 1, what you can see, and this is number 2. 1 or 2? Amruta, we can also have a poll here on our channel because this is what we definitely want people to decide upon.
हाँ ना 1-2 से क्या होएगा 1-2 का 1. But I do think Arvind is going to hold this, guys. I have this feeling. Let's see. People are majorly one.
Guys, we will put.
Sagar is like, first he puts a question, then you guys are answering. Then Sagar is confused कि क्या है exactly. तो पूरा.
Which view do you like?
Full screen or with big board and full screen. उनको वो समझते.
Board and commentators, which is 1, and full screen. Where there are no commentators, this is number 2. So guys, please do vote. मैंने YouTube पे ये view डाल दिया है. You guys can tell us. We will bring whatever you guys prefer so that we can follow this right now.
ये भी we can also ask guys, what do you prefer?
Oh, Amruta, he had a chance to win here. Knight takes F3.
King pawn endgame. I'm telling you, that's the thing.
And this is winning. This is winning.
And he rejected it. Oh my god, I'm telling you, queen endgame is easier for black to play because of this practical chances. But Arvind takes the bishop away. I'm happy.
What had happened is when he gave this check, he had to move his king. But instead he blocked with the queen, allowing this.
What did he think? Knight F, queen E3 takes, knight F3, king F3,
Amruta, the
king
difference
G6.
is here, this is a draw. But the problem is when he does this and knight takes, if you play G takes F3, now I will take this and this. Oh, that was the difference. That's because, you know, Amruta, if I would have taken here and pawn takes, it's a drawn pawn endgame.
Yeah, it's like you can go to one place, यहाँ से भी, वहाँ से भी, but suddenly one road is blocked and it's a one way.
Yeah. By the way, we have 74% people thinking they like this view right now
really?
That we have.
Crazy. I could never expect that.
Yeah.
Should we also have a poll, guys? Would they like us to keep quiet or to talk? Because I was expecting that they will say ki, please talk, but then the poll might be something else.
Yeah, Amruta, if they say that please keep quiet gets more votes, then our entire...
Matlab they want this screen and then we just sit like this.
Our entire journey का कोई मतलब ही नहीं है.
That's cool. And then when we hire any commentator, it would be like, what's my role? You have to just keep quiet. वही तो मुश्किल है ना, शांत बैठना जिंदगी में.
तो थोड़ा मैं हेयर कट वगैरह करके आता हूँ so that at least when I'm sitting there people can enjoy a better looking Sagar.
Oh
Bishop
my
f3
God.
he comes back. बार्स को रिफ्रेश करने की जरूरत नहीं भाई, रिजल्ट डजंट अपडेट इन फ्री स्टाइल ओनली. ओ हर्षित भाई, सॉरी रक्षित भाई, फुल
Easy कर दिया,
रक्षित
easy.
भाई को सब देखते हो, मेरा एवरी एक्शन ऐसा रिफ्रेश किया वगैरह.
Oh God. Knight
Knight
d4.
d4.
Okay,
Again,
we
same
want to
problem.
ask the
Queen
chat.
e4.
Sagar,
हाँ.
अभी तो पोल पता चल गया. Here, whether it will end in a draw or not. I'm curious.
I think it will be a draw. By the way, Amruta did guys सब लोग ने वोट किया कि नहीं, कौन सा व्यू बेटर है?
किया ना 74%.
हाँ 462 वोट्स है, और लोग वोट कर लेंगे तो.
अच्छा. By the way, we have 1.7k people. Guys, like कर दो. Let's
पहुंचेंगे अमृता. Check on
let's
C8.
reach 5,000 live viewers today.
हाँ बराबर.
सब्सक्राइबर चलेगा. कितना भी है.
सब्सक्राइबर्स अभी अपन भी बढ़ रहे हैं वैसे.
नहीं कम हो गए.
नहीं बढ़ रहे देखो बढ़ रहे. All good. King G7. Swarit says asking 20th time suggest some books on life. दोस्तों, because the
But in the
number
break,
of
no,
people
or now?
who are watching this is low. I'm going to put a link in the break, and there you can then get some very good recommendations, and in fact not just recommendations, but that link has some very nice stuff. So please do remind me in the break between this round and the next. I will be putting in a link in the chat.
And a very interesting podcast has come out
Check.
of Oprah Winfrey and Eckhart Tolle, guys. It's a very new one, so it could be nice to watch that.
अरे अमृता चेक पे चेक दे रहा है. I think Arvind is, it's a draw now.
चेक दे
Because-
दो,
because-
लेकिन
no, no.
बाउंस मत करो यार.
Amruta, if you play Queen G5, D4 is hanging.
So he'll not go Queen G5 at all.
Oh, he goes King H7, but now Bishop E4. Oh, don't play Bishop E4, guys. F5.
फिर भी once
Fill the
again,
Bishop D3, just keeping it pinned. Just, that was tough.
I mean, in the time pressure, suddenly, ऐसे you can miss it.
Oh, it is amazing, Amruta, how Arvind is Arvind is making this knight. Like when he goes here, he goes and attacks this pawn. The queen can no longer defend it because knight falls. Knight cannot defend it. So it's a draw. It's a draw incoming. Arvind.
Good. Yep. The first rapid super tournament for Arvind after.
Yay! Draw! That's a draw, Amruta. It's a great result for Arvind Chithambaram. First game of Grand. You know, its nerves are there always in the
Totally.
first round.
And you know, his rating for rapid is considered 2550, right?
Yeah.
So that's a different thing. We cannot right now say that he's world number 11 in rapid.
No, definitely not. He is not the top player when it comes to rapid play, but I'm sure that there's a lot that Arvind has improved, and his rating is much higher than this. And we will have right now, we have two people who have won their games only. Firouzja managed to hold Fedoseev to a draw. Topalov lost to David Gavrilescu. I think this is going to be a super tough tournament for Veselin Topalov. He is like right now some kind of retired chess player. He doesn't play chess much often. And when you play in such tournaments against world-class opponents, that's going to be... And it's a great start for David Gavrilescu. You can see here, check. He took on C8. And now knight takes F2 was a big mistake, because after takes... I think what Topalov might have missed is that Bishop F2 he might have wanted to take. But guys, why is this not working? White to play. Let's see how many of you can find it. रक्षित भाई देखो रिजल्ट अपडेट नहीं हुआ है अभी तक. भी मैं उसको रिफ्रेश करूंगा तो हो जाएगा. एक चीज काफी हाँ देखो हो गया. Yes, next round guys will start in like 10 minutes or so. It started at 2. It starts at 1.5 hour break. So if this one started at 5:30, then next one, no, it didn't start at 5:30, it started at 5:40. Next one will be at 7:10. 7:10. Yes, exactly, guys. Queen d8. Checkmate. That was the point. He did not find it. So he played rook c8. Now bishop h5, bishop f2, bishop g6, hg6. And now it's completely winning for white because he has a knight for a knight, a rook for a rook, and just a bishop and rook for a queen. So looking good here, Amruta. Victory for Topalov or for David Gavrilescu. And there was a draw between Jan Krzysztof Duda and Levon Aronian. I think Firouzja was completely losing this game. Here it was +3 for Fedoseev, but somehow he made a mistake. Bishop c6. क्या ही move कर दिया भाई, बहुत ही खराब move कर दिया. Rook c8 and now check. King e7. And that was not the best. King g5 was better, but he played here. Now a7 again, winning h4. Queen. He's now a full rook up.
Wow,
Rook d2.
this is so...
Fedoseev is winning. He's winning. He goes here. He takes here. Oh my goodness.
How did it end in a draw? Full rook up and...
Oh, what a big mistake.
But one second, खेलेगा क्या? King
नहीं,
d4, knight f3 check.
The thing is, Amruta, he could have
G2
played
ले रहा है.
this, knight f3, and now rook f1 with the idea of g2 and push,
अरे, tough man.
takes
30.
and take this. But
33
but the
seconds
thing
पे
is,
how do you calculate all of this?
so no, he goes here. He played bishop d5 and now knight f3, and now you can't play this because after g2 takes e5, king f4. If you take on g2, I take on e5.
The king on d6 was important over there.
Very tough.
Tough,
And
tough.
now a draw.
No. This is tough. Aditya says Sagar Amruta streaming from home feels like home.
अरे दोस्तों, thank you.
थैंक यू सच में. अभी इतना अच्छा लग रहा है. सुबह का चाय बना देता है बस, और कुछ का. That's it.
Guys, since I've been back, a lot of things have been happening. I haven't got time to cut my hair. Actually, now my hair looks very weird, Amruta.
I'll cut your hair, Sagar. In between, what you do is whenever you will say कि I will bet my house, you can say I will bet my hair, which haircut on me.
Okay.
मतलब I will haircut you.
हाँ, कट मत करना बस सिर्फ.
No cut, haircut. I'll do it live stream पे करूँगी. Maybe there might be some hairdresser will guide me.
अच्छा.
ठीक है, break में.
मुझे लगता नहीं we have any hairdressers watching us.
That's true.
But could be. And by the way, guys, in the next round we have the pairings already out for round number 2. We have Jan Krzysztof Duda versus Topalov. We have MVL versus Aronian. Oh, and Amruta, we have Praggnanandhaa versus Arvind. The big clash in the next round.
We have only one board, full focus over there.
Yes.
Yahi.
Chalapati says, whenever there is a turning point in any game, ChessBase India can tweet about it. Oh, that's an interesting idea.
Oh, and the tweet can be very simple. Turning point in the game. बस because time ही नहीं रहेगा ना. Turning point लिखते लिखते यहाँ पे turning point पूरा ही turn हो जाएगा.
Yeah. By the way, Amruta, right now people are saying, can you check the games of from Bundesliga, guys? We are covering Bundesliga on ChessBase India. Aditya and Abhyudaya are both there in Deggendorf. They are.
Beto.
And by the way, guys, there is a link here below, helpchess.org. We have 2217 believers. We are hoping to reach 2225 believers, 8 believers in the next couple of days. Do support Indian chess through helpchess.org. And we have had some amazing people who have contributed in the last few days, Amruta. We had some very well-known player who wants to remain anonymous contribute 1 lakh rupees. And there have been Vijay Rajendran who contributed 1.5 lakh.
Absolutely.
So it's been amazing. We have also had A couple of companies who have supported us through their CSR program, Ambit, who has contributed 20 lakh rupees to support young talents, and Quantbox,
like
who
there
has
has been
contributed.
so much.
अरे पहले
Quantbox
खत्म तो
कितना
करने दो.
बोला?
Quantbox, who has contributed 60 lakh rupees, so it's huge.
And guys, Quantbox, who sponsors Origin, basically they have also contributed. And you know, there is, Rasika has been working on the article of Help Chess, and basically there is so much which happened. We realized that okay, it's not so easy. Like it's being built and built and built, and then you understand so many things have happened.
Of
So,
course, it's very tough. It is
wow.
like a lot of activity has happened throughout the year.
By the way, Cosmic Phoenix says, I'm a surgeon, I can still help for hair cutting.
Okay, bye.
I'm sure at some point, very soon, everybody will have these. There will be a robot at home. Will know that haircut अपने आप हो जाएगा वो ऐसे like 2 minutes में.
By the way, people who are saying help chess mein this year we have raised more than 1 crore. I think we've managed to, I think, close to 1.5 crores raised this year for young talents of Indian chess, and it has helped many youngsters.
Superb यार, superb.
चंपी करवा लो सागर भाई. अरे अमृता, अपने घर पे तेल ही नहीं है.
तेल खोबरे है ना थोड़ा, अपन लगाते नहीं है.
अच्छा. Guys, if you have any questions, please do write in the chat, and Amruta, do check it out. I'm going to also bring in the standings.
See, Mr. Jain says, Amruta ji, how many books do you read? So I'm more of a video person that way, but I kind of hear when Sagar reads it out to me, and then there are some parts sometimes I read. Yeah. But I am not like a book reader.
Acha.
I'm a book reader ka hearer, listener. Listener by a book readers. But that too only Sagar. I don't think any of other people will read and I will be able to.
Acha.
Wow. Okay, Sagar, when is the round starting?
The next round will start in exactly 5 minutes from now, Amruta.
5 minutes. And
Yes.
4th and 5th, na?
Fifth only. Who do you think is the favorite in this tournament, says Michael? I think a big favorite here is Alireza Firouzja. He is definitely one of the best in the world, especially in Rapid and Blitz format. One can also say that Duda is actually pretty good. Prag, I would also give a very high chance in this tournament. He's already started with a win against MVL. Yeah. Who else? Maybe Levon. Well, he's great. Levon is a legend, but maybe I don't know if he would be able to keep up with these youngsters. But we are all rooting for him. You know, I always, when I look at Levon, I'm like, come on, Levon, you can do it. I'm just always rooting for him. And then we have Maxime. Fedoseev is also actually very focused as a player in general. So, yeah, this is good, Amruta. Omkar Chakradev says starting position looks unusual. Yes, Aditya, I'm sure Samay is doing well. I will hope to invite him in one of the streams at some point. Would be nice to watch chess with him again.
Yeah, maybe Romania classical game, maybe some rapid, depends.
Oh, Amruta, we have a believer. Supratim Chaudhary has contributed 1001 on helpchess.org. Thank you so much, Supratim, for being our first contributor, first believer of today.
Amazing. We have reached 218 believers.
And Amruta, people are wanting Vidit ka wedding day vlog. दोस्तों चाहिए क्या आप लोगों को? Because I thought at some point everyone was like, कितना unprofessional हो आप लोग, कितने unprofessional हो ऐसे करके. That at some point I thought let's not.
क्यों unprofessional?
I don't know. They were like, be professional, put chess content.
But Vidit is a chess celebrity. Obviously, people want a vlog, Sagar. Yes, हो जाए. Okay. Wow.
Shivani says, why didn't you cover Women's Grand Prix live? Because I was in Grenke at that point and we were covering the games. Later on, we had roundups. Anmol was there. So, yes, that is how we tried to cover it.
Sagar says, I'm 22. Can I start my chess right now? I know basics. Can I reach and find FIDE rating sometime, Sagar bhai? Yes, absolutely. You can play in the FIDE rating tournaments. But yeah, how does he knows only the basics for now?
Yes, I mean, in general, you have to find some local events that you can play and just go there with a mindset that you may not win it or anything of like that sort, and then just enjoy yourself and then keep learning. Amruta, also
Wow.
at this point, we have this the Bundesliga has begun. So maybe till these games start, we can have a look at Bundesliga.
Surnin, yeah, we can. Surnin says, when we see the vlog, it's like we are there.
Thank you, Surni.
Lonely says, Sagar bhai, haters honge, ignore them. You have millions who love what you upload.
Arey, thank you, bhai. So, Amruta, you can see here Arjun is playing against Leon Levich. And
Arjun's king is on D1, but not a freestyle one. He's by.
Ajjubai going all out against the King's Indian today. You can see here.
How can the king be safe over there?
That is Ajjubai for you. Look at how he took this. GF3. Bolstering the center.
Alpha 0.
No, Arjun is definitely someone who we all enjoy and love watching his games. Check B4. ये क्या ही move है अमृता? ये क्या chess है? B4.
Exactly. This
King
is
D1.
insane.
I mean, the point is Rook B1.
Like if like you know when we will be seeing a game, a beginner will play B4. क्या ब्लंडर कर रहा
He'll be
है
like,
you know,
"अरे, pawn is
अरे
undefended."
किंग सेंटर में इतना ओपन है
भाई।
किंग विल C5 आ रहा है ओपन होने वाला है व्हाट आर यू डूइंग टाइप्स
Oh, yes. Swarit says the round
How
ended.
ended? Please share the link in the chat. Which one?
Amruta, this form
Book
which
wala.
I
But
have.
that you had shared no already.
Yes, before, but I think there
Acha.
will be new people.
Prasad says I am 45 and I learn chess every day. I have a dream to reach some rating before the end of the time. Oh wow! If you're learning every day, then I'm sure. Now also, you know, guys, there was a time until which the rating would start only after 2200. You know, when my brother was playing, it was only after 2200, and it would be very difficult to get the rating. Then it became 2000. I think you were in that category, yeah, when the 2000 say rating started. And after a long time, then they had this 1900 and 1800 and things like that, and they went on till 1000, which is
Oh, by the way, Pragu is here. Little Prag.
Satya.
Not so. God bless you, Amruta.
Yes. Oh, tomorrow will be so much fun. 10 2600 plus rated Indians out of 16 playing almost at the same time across 4 tournaments, says Padwan Nitin.
भाई
अरे
ये
क्या
नितिन
ही
भाई कौन है
क्या
इतना
ही
नॉलेज
facts.
कौन सा टूर्नामेंट नितिन जी
Four
guys I have put
tournaments.
the link there and two friends here will battle out against each other while Ajjubai has put his king in the center of the board. We will go to that game in the break. Prag
सीटी बजाने नहीं आती.
Prag versus Arvind.
Wow. Wow, this one we cannot support one player for sure.
हाँ, कोई
This
नहीं.
is like may the best chess player win over here.
Yeah, let's go.
Who- Yeah.
Actually, the thing is, because Prag and Arvind are now top players of the world, they will face each other much more often. And handshake, off we go. D4, C4 by Prag. He plays, guys, what's the name of this opening? ये opening का नाम बताइए. E6 played.
मराठी में बताओ या इंग्लिश में?
Huh? Oh, they have transposed into QGD. English.
QG?
अरे अमृता को क्या हो गया है दोस्तों संभालो अमृता को
मैंने क्या किया? takes
अच्छा
and
इसको फिर
takes.
से रिफ्रेश करना पड़ेगा. मुझे लगा बार्स अपने आप रिफ्रेश हो जाएंगे, बट आई थिंक वी हैव टू.
मेहनत करना पड़ता है, अपने आप कैसे कुछ होता है. सागर मेहनत कीजिए आप. English. Himank is not there in the chat. He is actually at Sardinia. Otherwise, he gives some rating.
Bishop e7, cd ed, bishop f4, and
Ooh.
c6 played here by Arvind. He's bolstering his center. Praggnanandhaa looking a bit on the side. He was like, what should I play? He pushes pawn to e3, Amruta. And bishop to f5 played. I remember, Amruta. I remember. This is the same line that Arvind played, guys, against whom? With black pieces. कुछ याद आ रहा है? Is it घंटी बज रहा है दिमाग में? There was a big game that he played this opening with black and won.
When Sagar mentions about the ghanti, guys, like the stream.
Yes.
As Rakshit says, support karo, support.
Gandhi Sins, Anay Kale, Anushka, yes, Anish Giri ke साथ he had played this opening, Amruta.
Ooh.
Anish Giri, and he had beaten Anish. So now knight e2, he wants to put the knight on g3, and Arvind is thinking he's out of his prep, Amruta.
Yeah, I think this 92 sometimes really kind of thoda shock deta hai. It kind of surprises the opponent. Also with the bishop on f4, I have not commonly seen this. So a great choice. This is also about opening choices, in rapid.
Yeah.
Because many times, your opponent may not have revised this, and then this will take some time. Because, yeah, Anish, kya baat hai?
Great job, guys. Guys, I'm going to actually check out this position, if we can, on Amruta, if we can, on
Yeah, tell me.
ChessBase, to see how many times it has been played before. Because then we will be able to get it. By the way, knight g3 on the board.
Yeah, and now the bishop on f5 is attacked. Where is it gonna go? If it goes to g4, queen c2, but h4 is something which I, with the knight on g3, you always feel a bit uncertain about. And the bishop on f4, but yeah, I feel bishop g4 looks good, provoking f3. At the same time, white actually would love to get e4 break, with short castle. So this f3 move, is it like provoking, or is it actually helping white? Because he anyway wants to go f3 at some point. That would be a confusing thing. So knight g3, and that is what Arvind is thinking here. He goes bishop e6 and says, no, I do not want to give you that extra move with f3. Bishop d3. Now white can simply develop with bishop d3. A nice diagonal over there. Also with the bishop on c8, which has been developed, the b7 point is slightly weak. So queen b3 could also be the move to consider.
By the way, Amruta, I have managed to set up ChessBase 18 here just so that people can see what are the moves that were played and how many times it has been reached. So you can see this updating. We reached this position. This has been played 6,000 times. C6, 3,986. E3, 3,003 times. Bishop F5, 2,000 times. And knight E2 already 597 times. And he played here after knight g2, knight f6, which is only 147 times, and then knight g3, where we are now at bishop e6 and bishop d3. We've reached a territory of only 38 games played here.
Wow.
Not too many top level games that have happened here. So just so that you guys know, you're already moving into a territory where not much games have been played. Castles here by Aravindh Chithambaram. ये निकाल देते.
$24 minutes for Prag and 23 minutes for Arvind.
Yeah, he's castled here.
Okay, but this one is a hard guess. What can happen? I'm loving the opening though.
I like
White
White's
has
position actually,
initiative.
Amruta, because the knight is aiming at the f5 square. You go queen c2. You want to short
Hey, would
castle.
you like to long castle and go something like h4 h4? Will it be a bit too much?
That's also possible. That's a great plan. It is quite feasible to do that as well. And look at this bishop here. It's a little bit blocked by its own knight, but no one can attack it. Knight h5, impossible, because the knight looks here.
Yeah, it's very rare to see that bishop on f4 like this being so safe. Generally, you're worried about g5 or something like that.
Yes, absolutely.
How's the vibe? Maybe we can have a full screen for a moment just to see the vibe, Sagar.
Yeah, let's try to get in that vibe of both the players, and also the time that they are spending here will be very interesting to see. There you see Amruta. 23 minutes for both the players. Praggnanandhaa looking super focused.
Oh yeah, he goes knight f5, attacks the e7 bishop, says, do you want to get rid of a pair of bishop? And it's forced. Like, I don't think black can
I
avoid
think you should
that.
give it up. You should give up
One
the
bishop.
light squared bishop, not the dark one. Okay, you can play bishop b4 if you want to keep both the bishops. You can pin here and keep this.
Bishop b4 is possible. But then a3, what do you do?
Yeah, and then maybe do you want to take, or you want to keep this? Maybe
You want to
then
keep
go
this.
back.
Yeah, b4, bishop c7.
Many ideas. Also, Rakshit says we want to go b4, b5. That's a very, very potent idea called the minority attack. So, for example, let's say I take knight d7, castles, say rook e8, and then I'll go rook b1 with the idea of b4, b5. It's a very common way to play. However, many times you can also go for some setup like knight d7, queen c2, rook e8 and long castle, and then the play is all about g4, g5, h4, h5. It's like completely two different plans. The third plan, which is also very common, is to short castle here, and imagine that he goes h6, rook a e1 with the idea of f3, e4, which is why this position is so rich, and there are so many possibilities that it's so interesting to see what these players will choose.
Wow, so many plans, but you're saying all of them are common.
Yeah,
But which one would you choose, Sagar, over here?
I like playing either the minority attack with b4, b5, or sometimes when I'm in an aggressive mood, I long castle. But for long castling, I prefer if black has committed one of the pawns ahead, then I can maybe just go and rip open the position.
When did you play like very aggressive chess? Yeah, like you would never be like, oh, I lost my last game, now I'll just crush my opponent. It would happen
Yeah.
automatically, but not like I would go to the. You would
No,
go to
I
the
was
board
not
and-
very aggressive in nature.
Yeah, you're generally a calm person.
Also, I
Yeah.
didn't like attacking too much, Amruta, because I loved playing positionally. But maybe now, if I started playing chess, I might
You
look
might
at
have
it a bit differently. By the way, bishop takes f5 played, bishop takes f5,
Rook.
now rook e8. He's angling up his rook opposite to the king on e1. And there could be ideas with c5 takes d4. Amruta opening up the central file for the rook. I think it's...
But you're gonna you will have
Yeah.
to short castle now. No time. Prasad says you guys commentary team reminds me of Ravi Shastri and Natalie Germanos. I wanted to use cliche from old Western, but my wife says it will be a bad reference.
Acha.
Ooh, your wife is also watching chess. Wow, very cool, Prasad.
Prasad always used to give me relationship advice on
अच्छा,
chat. हाँ,
अरे।
ये करने का, वो करने का.
तो फिर और दे दो बीच बीच में.
नहीं, ज्यादा कुछ फर्क नहीं. I
Roasting
always
Prasad.
found myself in trouble. So, by the way, here we can see the other games that are going on from the bar at the bottom of our screen. And Amruta, this beautiful intensity that you can see here between both Prag and Arvind, it's so nice to see them completely just zoning in, and yeah, it's amazing.
Ooh, Rudra says हर्षित भाई को जरूरत है.
Haha, definitely.
Okay, but Sagar, overall, if we look at the game, double bishop for Prag, that is a slight advantage over here because both the bishops are good. You know, the dark square bishop is out of the pawn chain. Development is fine. All the pieces are placed well. Two more moves and the rooks will be connected. Development will be complete for white. And then we were all talking about the minority attack with b4, b5.
So this is where I think the traditional chess is very interesting for people who are new to chess because there are plans and all. But if you talk about this with a player like who's played chess for many years, they have started to find freestyle chess quite interesting in that sense. So you know, you never know like which is more. What do you think, Amruta? What
It's
is
more
your
like a
take?
spontaneous thing,
What
right?
is
Like,
your take?
Sagar, for example,
Yes.
when we were into the nomadic life for 1 year, right? We were traveling from one place to another. It's like we didn't know where we are going next. We didn't know where we are staying, and then we were like, it was also thrilling over there. And I think in the chess 960, it's similar.
Yes.
Like you feel similar over there. Whereas here, you know, acha, we're going to, for example, Maldives, and we're going to stay here and things like. I mean, not we.
I mean, going to Maldives is by no means unexciting. I would go to Maldives anytime. Although right now, if we talk about Maldives, we know one Indian
But we will
grandmaster
not reveal.
who
We
is
will
having
not
a very
reveal.
why he's put story on Instagram.
Acha, haan,
Yes.
then we will reveal.
He's already there. He's Vidit is there for his honeymoon. And by the way, Amruta, we someone said in the chat, I think it was Anushka who said Ramesh sir would be very very proud of this scene here, guys. Definitely RB Ramesh
yeah.
OP ho jaye chat mein because he is the coach of both these players and now they are playing at the highest level. इससे अच्छा और क्या ही हो सकता है that we are able to get to see them.
Wow. Ooh. Aritra says Vidhi posted a
Oh,
story
Queen
where
B3, Amruta,
Nidhi is
Queen
addicted to
B3.
chess. Kya
Yeah. She's now actually her rating is around not very high. I think close to 200, 300 elo. But very soon she'll keep improving. So
You know, we can do a collab stream. Like Nidhi can have her stream on the YouTube channel, and we can have over here, and we can teach Nidhi chess.
yeah, and then we can ask people to subscribe to her channel,
Yep.
which is very, very interesting. What she will bring onto the YouTube space, we do not know. It will be chess, it may be homeopathy, it may be behind the scenes of with its tournaments. So many things can happen. Queen b3 now attacking the pawn on b7. And you can see there Arvind has a decision to make, Amruta. Should he go for queen b6, which is the
Which looks like the only move because all the three other squares are
which
covered.
is very logical. But don't forget that there's a very weird move which
Poisoned pawn, yeah?
which I feel maybe Arvind will do is b5. It seems terrible actually on first look because the c5 and c6 squares are getting weakened. But sometimes it's not so bad. You go a5, you try
No,
to
and also
expand.
there is a plan with knight d7, knight b6, knight c4 generally,
Yes.
where you will provoke b3.
It is possible. So this is one move. I was also wondering, by the way, that b6 may not be that pointless if we could get c5 in future. So
Acha, one question to you. Queen b6, a b6, bishop c7 को a4, b5 है ना? हाँ,
yes.
ठीक है.
So
नहीं,
right
नहीं,
now,
not a good
but
idea.
no, you can. That's a great point because I can go a4 here, fixing this pawn, but you can still go b5. I can't take. My rook is hanging here, so black would
Hey,
be
but
fine.
now a5.
Yeah, but okay, black is fine.
Okay, black.
Kai says, I never know what to play when they play b5 against the minority attack. You mean when you play b4 and they play b5? That's a very interesting point. Then you have to suddenly shift to positional chess where the c6 pawn and c5 square are weak. But I do understand, like when you have a plan in mind before b5 and your opponent stops it, it can get a bit difficult to handle.
And Arvind is down to 18, okay, almost 19 minutes. Prag has 20 minutes. So time management has been very equal. Nobody has huge advantage or certain thing like that.
Arey Amruta, look who is in the chat. Himang Ghosh. who's on his first ever trip to Italy in Sardinia
Oh.
is here. Himang bhai, give us some updates from Italy. How are you enjoying your time there? Can you tell us what's happening? Was the first round today? Has it been postponed? A little bit of information for our chat, because Sardinia Open is also very strong open. We'll have Harshit bhai playing there in addition to many other players.
हाँ, हर्षित भाई की और भी कोई खबर रहेगी तो दे देना.
By the way, here a long think by Arvind, which means that clearly he isn't just thinking about Queen B6, he's thinking of more options. Maybe G6, not such a silly move, Amruta. Let's say G6. If you take Queen, oh, he plays Queen B6. He plays it safe and doesn't really worry about.
Yeah, you don't want to allow Queen B3, AB3, right? Like, no way.
No, it's possible because Rook gets opened up. It is possible.
And do you want to go back Queen C2? Keep the queens on the board? That's
Actually,
possible too.
Prag hasn't played his move yet.
Ooh, we have Rakshit says ChessBase India team members all across the globe. Himang, yes, absolutely. Everyone's traveling. In fact, somebody's Anmol and Shahid in Pune, Himang and Nikhilesh in Sardinia, Abhidaya and Aditya in Deggendorf
in Germany.
Yeah.
And we
we
both
are
at
here.
home. And yes, Rakshit
No,
says
office.
the first round starts tomorrow in Sardinia World Chess Festival. Harshit bhai is here and happy. Nikhilesh bhai is accompanying me. The first round was postponed due to the death of the Pope. Thank you for the updates there. And right now, guys, we will be bringing you updates from all across the globe, the tournaments that are happening. But we are actually, for the first time ever, Amruta, we have the video footage from the Grand Chess Tour. This is their
Ooh.
10th edition, guys. Grand Chess Tour is a tour that began 10 years ago. It was an initiative by the St. Louis Chess Club, I think Rex Sinkfield, along with Gary Kasparov, where they thought that why don't we have like a tour? Oh, by the way, he keeps the queens on the board. He
Oh.
doesn't trade it.
I
It's
like
a good
this.
decision there by Prag, and Arvind quickly develops his knight.
Yeah, I like it because now it looks so scary for the attack, Sagar, on
Do you
King
think long
5.
castle, Amruta?
H4, I don't know immediately, but I would say why not H4, because there I'll keep my options open even for short castle with H4. It's like a improving move.
Yes.
Yeah, and Himang says, Sagar bhai, huge congrats on getting the video from GCT. Yeah, no, this is great that we have Prag and Arvind over here.
And Amruta here, long castle followed by G4, G5 could be an idea. I'm very tempted. I'm very, very excited to know what will Prag do. Guys, short castle or long castle? What do you think? Look at Praggnanandhaa here. What does his expression tell you? Will he go long castle? Will he go short castle here?
Sagar, I saw the engine's best move, and what is it? Guys, will Prag play that?
But no, I mean, in a way, if he plays G4, Amruta, which is the move I think you are saying about,
I mean, yeah, the engine is saying.
then you are effectively saying I'm going long castle.
No, I'm saying that I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I'll go long castle, but if you go c5, that's the whole point. Even if I will be short castle, no, that looks fine.
Yeah, definitely, Amruta.
Oh my god. Array, this is going to get crazy. Crazy. Which laptop for ChessBase 18 minimum?
I think in general, any decent laptop with i5 should work. i5.
i5 latest
plus
generation should be okay,
8 GB
minimum.
RAM,
I'm talking
think.
about.
Yeah, decent.
Yeah. But nowadays, even i7 laptops will get good ones. Yeah, laptop lately work better to invest in a good laptop because it is something which you don't keep changing. So it's very useful. मतलब उसको ऐसा यूज करो कि वसूल हो जाएगा.
Actually, laptop, mobile, and relationships all should be very carefully invested. They're all long term, right?
Are you comparing me with a mobile?
Not
and
you,
a
Amruta. I'm just
laptop?
saying everyone has to think carefully.
तो क्या फिर जैसे S25 Ultra आएगा, what about the new mobile, new
No, I
laptop?
mean, in general, the relationship keeps upgrading. So,
Oh. Philosophy, Sagar Shah. Yeah, mobile only for content creators.
Nowadays, I think with ChatGPT and all AI things,
No, but if
mobile.
you use it, like many people use a lot of, let's say, Excels and Google Sheets and all those kind of things, presentations and all, and you don't need that heavy laptop. So, in fact, it's better that then you get a newer. Laptops are upgrading like crazy, the speed at which it is all happening. It's insane.
H4, let's go.
Yay!
Let's go, Prag. Goes on
And
the
how
attack.
is Arvind going to defend? Because obviously it's not an attack which cannot be defended.
No.
But Arvind has a big task there. Prag down to 15 minutes. Arvind has 18 minutes, 3 minutes extra. Is he intimidated by this attack?
No, not really. He might not be intimidated. There you can see Amruta. He is now going to think for a bit because he has some possibilities here. One of them being that he can push the bishop away with g6. Have to be careful with such a move because later on it will become a hook. But when the bishop goes back, you suddenly strike in the center with c5, and this could be something very dangerous and deadly. So you can see here this c5 move could become very, very dangerous. So h4, which is played, there can be c5 instantly also thought of.
Okay. And computer doesn't like it. But wait, can we guess it? Why not?
Yeah, guys, the thing is, Amruta, let's first show this. And now what is the problem here? White to play. It's a simple move, but you have to be like switched in. The pawn on c6 was doing something which now it no longer does because it moves to c5. Yes, Rakshit Singh, very, very alert. Shilpi Agrawal.
Yes, Aritra, Ivanchuk is playing amazing, and we all remember one of his video in World Blitz Championship where he had really a big bad luck, and he was crying on the
Against
board. So
Danya.
yeah, so no,
Naroditsky.
Ivanchuk is a
It's
legend.
a famous video where he's crying on the board, and he was feeling so bad that he doesn't have this ability in him anymore to be able to sort of convert those winning positions. And now here he is again doing well at Menorca Open.
Yeah, at
Evergreen.
this age with all these young talents playing the tournament,
He beat
leading the
Nihal
tournament, insane.
Wow.
No, come on.
And
this is
Nihal
great.
had just crossed 2700 Amruta on
Yeah.
live rating list, and he dropped again, but then he won 2 more games. So I think he must be back up there again, or maybe he'll get it there in a day or two. But h4 now on the board, and you can see Arvind is bleeding on time, Amruta. Look at his time is also 15 minutes 50 seconds. It's like an equal battle.
Yeah, but what about h5? Okay, like the move I am asking is like a logical. No.
Oh, you mean black to play
Black to
h5?
play,
Oh
na,
my
bhi.
god, that's too much.
Yes,
Amruta.
that is too much.
Too much.
But correct. But you will sometimes think of too much moves, no?
How
Easy.
much is too much? F3 G4.
Ah, long castle.
Definitely.
And now c5 same. You winning the d5?
Yeah, this can't work. Take,
तुमको
and take.
d5
here.
का pawn चाहिए?
Definitely, it's an
ठीक है.
important pawn.
Okay, back. मुझे नहीं देना है. मुझे लगा तुम्हें लगे नहीं चाहिए, but okay. Yep. Oof, guys, it's 26th April. The mango season is all year. And यहाँ पे it's... क्या हुआ?
I was like, it's 26th April. We are at Grand Chess Tour. Arvind versus Prague. And you are like, oh, it's mango season.
Yeah, it's mango season, but...
रक्षित बोल रहा है RD8 खेल के बिशप को बचाने का इंतजाम करो. But this doesn't seem good. I can play even further, like long castle, and then if you play c5, g4, this one tempo by misplacing the rook is not something that is it's not only you lose a move, you also placed a piece in a defensive position. You want your rook to go to c8, then c5 and open up on the c file.
Okay, I love this position for the fact, Sagar, that there are great attacking possibilities. At the same time, the counter-attacking possibilities are also huge.
Yeah.
And for Ramesh, as we were talking about,
Ramesh?
RB Ramesh.
Okay. अमृता मैंगो बोल दिया फिर कुछ भी बोल सकती है.
Like for Ramesh, this is such a great position to have to
Oh, by
analyze
the way, he
by
played
the
a move.
students.
Oh my God! Did Rakshit guess it correctly? Did he go
क्या
and
खेला?
create?
Oh.
No way! No way! Rakshit bhai.
रक्षित भाई का लेवल आई थिंक बढ़ गया है ना? हाँ,
Or
अभी शायद हरा ही देगा.
Arvind might lose this game and then Rakshit will be like,
हाँ, Rakshit.
Arvind will be like, please, Rakshit bhai, don't suggest moves.
Absolutely.
G4, G5, go for it. Now, Prag, actually, not maybe G4, there is G6 that could force you to sort of give up your bishop because G4 pawn is hanging. So why don't we start with H5, going further in?
Ooh, wow. Crazy. You know, Sagar, I had actually ordered mangoes. They were supposed to come at 8 o'clock. And right now I remember वो आए ही नहीं.
Long castle, Amruta. यहाँ पे कितना attack हो रहा है? Long
It's not
castle.
an arm attack.
And
It is an
you are-
extraordinary attack, Sagar.
You cannot go beyond your mangoes.
No, I'm
Look
talking about...
at this, guys. Prag has just long castle. Look at his intensity. Praggnanandhaa here is like out there for the kill. While Amruta Mokal is busy for mangoes and she's like, oh, I ordered mangoes and so on. Amruta, this super chat is right now sent to you so that you can order mangoes perhaps more. I am very new in this and wanted to know about this rule. Why are the players not allowed to wear a watch in tournament? By the way, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Oh my God, we have Harshit Raja in the chat. Let's go, bhai. Harshit bhai, क्या कर रहे हो? आ जाओ भाई, आ जाओ. लोग, everyone's waiting for you for this clash. इसमें
Harshit bhai is going to be on the beach in Sardinia. उधर इतना मस्त सब चल रहा है, sunset and all that, Sagar, and you think...
अरे अमृता, हर्षित भाई का कोई भरोसा नहीं. He is a chess lover at heart. Although there are many other things he loves as well, but chess he loves a lot. And the person, by the way, who had super chatted right now, Nitish bhai. So the thing is, in chess nowadays, you know, all these smart watches which have become so good, you know, this, and we are they can even suggest you can connect them to Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, all of that. So the thing is, analog watches should be fine, but at some point it so happened that arbiters couldn't really differentiate between an analog and a digital clock because there is some analog features, some digital features also in analog. So they said, bhai, watch hi nahi chahiye, and that is how that rule came into being.
Ooh, so smart watches are not allowed so that we can stay as fools on the board.
Yes.
Basically, that's the whole idea. Okay, coming back to the position. Long castle versus castle. It's like the most swashbuckling moment, Sagar.
Yes, and look
Now-
at Praggnanandhaa. He's right now just looking a bit relaxed, Amruta, because he has good attacking chances.
Oh. कौन आया, guys?
ले लो Amruta, headphones ले लो. Let's see if we will be able to get our guest of honor in today here, because पूरा सीन वीन सब चेंज करना पड़ेगा.
नहीं किया है.
ना भाई,
अच्छा वैसा वाला.
कर रहे.
Oh my god. Okay. I have exams today, but I won't miss a Prague game, says Rhythm of City. Yeah, this one you should not miss for sure. फिर उसके बाद तथागता से GM is equal to Grand Mango. Oh yeah, this is a nice idea, Rajesh. Can you interview Vidit and Divya for ChessBase Marathi channel? It would help the non-English. अरे तुमने ग्रेनकी में हर्षित भाई का मराठी में इंटरव्यू क्यों नहीं किया और गुजराती में भी?
अरे अमृता, सब कितना करने का. अभी के लिए we are having the man, the myth, the legend, guys. पहले थोड़े like हो जाए, and also we would like Harshit bhai OP in the chat because he has traveled all the way from Italy to join us here भाई थोड़ा जूम सेट कर रहा हूँ इसके
हाँ
लिए।
मैंने जूम ही सेट नहीं किया था थर्ड गेस्ट के लिए. अरे व्हाट यू आर इन योर रूम आई थॉट यू वुड बी कॉलिंग उधर बीच बीच दिखाओगे थोड़ा सनसेट वी विल गेट टू सी. Wow, but it cannot be so different from Grenke, right?
अमृता रुको भाई, इतना बातें मत करो.
Okay.
पहले हर्षित भाई को लाते हैं अपन
हाँ नहीं
स्क्रीन
तो
पे.
क्लिप मिस नहीं हो जाएगा ना गाइस. क्लिप्स चैनल सब्सक्राइब करो यू विल फाइंड अ लॉट ऑफ हर्षित क्लिप्स ओवर देयर. वो लास्ट वाला बढ़िया था एक कॉमेडी था हर्षित का तुषार ने डाला था वो.
जीना यहाँ मरना यहाँ.
हाँ नहीं दे रहा है किसी को सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है तो अभी तक people couldn't hear
No,
anything.
no. Everyone could hear in that view. Now, guys, Harshit bhai is here. भाई कैसे हो?
टाइम
अभी
अरे यार
अभी आ गया. सॉरी भाई.
अरे,
एक बार
हेलो.
लास्ट टाइम हो जाए भाई.
वेलकम बैक दोस्तों यार
once more हर्षित भाई.
Oh,
कुछ
by
नहीं
the
सागर
way,
भाई.
Harshit bhai, that you have come. Arvind has got special energy, has pushed his pawn to c5.
Wow, he's really trying to get some counterplay. It makes sense सागर भाई because look at those two rockets. F5 और F4 पे रॉकेट लगे हुए हैं.
भाई ये साइड देख रहे हैं कि वो साइड?
वो दोनों साइड देख रहे हैं. It's like me here सागर भाई. I'm going to the beach and tanning, but tomorrow I'm also playing. So मतलब 2 in 1.
Wow. But guys, there is a very strong move, Harshit bhai, a training question for your game tomorrow in Sardinia. White to play. What will you play here? What's your first instinct?
First instinct push करो खुश रहो G4.
Arre, let's go. That's the best move. G4 is the best move in the position, and we all know that Harshit bhai, with his great intuition here, G4 with the idea of G5, and then if the
Yeah.
knight moves, chopping off the D5 pawn.
D5 pawn, the H7 pawn is also protected by the F6 knight. So G4, G5 is a great idea. Hitting the H7 pawn and also the D5 pawn as you pointed out. And C5 to khela hai, but Sagar bhai, but black needs 2 more pawns to somehow get some counterplay. And I think Praggu is looking very good right now.
Yeah, Prag, and he also won his first game against MVL. So he has started off this
Oh
tournament
yeah, he was
on
in trouble
fire.
already. But I have a question, guys. Like, you know, when white has long castled, isn't it the most natural and logical to go for instant counter attack like c5, which is what Arvind did?
Yes.
Okay. What's the
But Amruta,
problem? Like, what else could he have played?
His rook a d8
What
move
is he
was
doing
not-
on d8?
Rakshit Bhai's move, which he said rook a d8, may be turning into the critical error of this game.
I thought that black has to go queen a6 and b5, b4 somehow.
Oh,
I
that's
thought
a
that
great plan, practical plan actually.
because I
slow,
feel
right?
like because even if you take on d4 now, I
Hmm.
don't think black achieves a lot because white will just capture back with the pawn, perhaps even with the rook.
Yeah.
And I don't think that he has generated any counterplay on the white's king, whereas after g4, white is one move away from winning the game.
Yeah, how about we go g6? Let's say g4, g6, because then, oh, he goes
Played
g4.
it.
Prag
G4,
in
bam.
beast mode today, guys. Just have a look at Praggnanandhaa here. He is simply so locked in. भाई प्रज्ञानंदा को देख के पहली बार डर लग रहा है मेरे को. He is looking so scary.
And after g4, g6, I was just thinking, and g5 could be an option because gf5, gf6, that looks like white is
Oh
winning.
my god, when it is about GFs here, Harshit bhai with the best.
Arre bhai.
Sorry, GF6.
I can only find it on the board, bhai.
Oh my god.
That's a great point because if you move your bishop to d7, rook d7, black is fine. If you go to d3, suddenly maybe even c4, trapping the bishop or making it move away, or just cd4, ed4, and then maybe
g4 pawn is also hanging now.
attacking
So,
the
Yeah.
f4 bishop.
yeah, no, g4, g6, g5, I'm sure that was Prag's
Wow.
idea. And it looks completely crushing.
Matlab, actually speaking, it's all about that f5 bishop, which is very strong, which is giving the advantage to white, and it's at the right place at the right time, has a place in the right heart.
Yeah.
Correct, has a heart in his right place.
True,
Aisa wala
true.
hai,
But
sorry.
again, a great question here by Rakshit Bhai. Maybe I hope Arvind. I don't know now what to say. Knight f8, he's saying, so that defends this, and to g5, rook defends the d5 pawn. What do you think, Harshit Bhai, here about
That's a
this?
good suggestion. I was a bit worried that at some point the knight moved from d7 to f8. So I was just thinking at what square it left control of. And it reminds me of that c5 pawn, which makes me think that dc5, knight a4 or knight a4 directly is going to be an idea to look for white right now.
Yeah, like right now here, you could even just put your bishop in the center of the board. The knights look really passive, and as Harshit Bhai mentions, knight a4 with attacking this pawn could be something. So right now, Praggnanandhaa is really, really looking good. He has also 4 extra minutes on the clock.
No, I think practically this looks almost winning for Praggnanandhaa right now. As early as move 14, this is incredible.
Yeah, that's huge. It feels like freestyle chess, bhai.
When did Black give the light squared bishop? Because I feel like that was a very important juncture in the game.
I think this was the moment when he went with knight f5, bishop f5, bishop f5, rook e8, and perhaps still here there was
Mara Machar.
Amruta playing badminton on stream.
Maro.
It will bite, तो फिर problem हो जाएगा.
And here you can see queen c2. It was looking fine maybe till here, but this
So-
move h4 and maybe this. Yeah, I do feel rook a d8 was the key error here.
I think Black had to be very quick. I wouldn't even be shocked if something like bishop d6 at some point, like okay, queen b3, maybe b5,
Yeah, b5.
and the next move is going to be bishop d6, chopping off that dark squared bishop of white so that white is only left with one bishop, which is manageable.
Yeah,
And
true.
I think this was perhaps the practical way to play against those two rockets.
Hmm.
And Harshit, and Sagar also, you were there. So Aryan has asked that he's going to play freestyle tournament tomorrow. What are the tips?
Ooh,
Tips
yeah,
kuch
that's-
nahi hai, bhai. Just feel good. Look at the games from Weisenhouse, Paris, Grenke, and get some inspiration because it's all about some patterns. Like once you see a lot of games from these tournaments, I think automatically pattern तुम्हारा improve हो जाएगा.
Yeah, and
But
also Harshit's a lot of game analysis of freestyle and Grenke also is there on the Clips channel. You should watch that out. क्योंकि
don't watch
बहुत
my
सीखने
games
को मिलेगा.
because
Why
No,
not?
there
It
were
is
some
even
thoughts,
good. Very
some
nice
thoughts there
sacrifices
by
and
Harshit
all.
Bhai
I
can
loved
also
it.
feel
Yeah.
quite good. But look at Arvind.
5 minutes. Oh my God, the
He's-
time is ticking down.
Yeah.
And what to do with black? Because G6,
Yeah.
G5 looks crushing. If you don't go G6, how do you stop me from going G5? And I think Arvind realizes it.
Yeah,
He
Arvind
knows
is like, Prag, what the hell are you doing? I'm your good friend. You are completely tying me down here.
No, Knight of It actually looks more practical way to continue. I do think now agree with Rakshit. What else?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
And his
the-
heartbeat is also increasing.
No,
The
he
way
takes
was
on
thinking,
D4.
He takes D4.
He takes on D4, CD4 on the board. And by the way, guys, Prag now must take it back with the rook. Because if he decides to take back with the pawn, suddenly there
Bishop
are
D6.
some... Yes, exactly. Bishop D6. And if you take here, queen takes D6. And after G5, now you jump in with your knight. Suddenly, क्या बोलते हैं? The crowd has been reduced from the board and it looks much free.
Yeah. If knight takes E4, D takes E4, bishop takes E4 is
Let's
a free
ask our
pawn.
viewers, what should
And-
black play here?
Yeah, maybe knight B6, knight D5.
Yeah, that seems like the positional way of playing here. Guys, what is
Guys,
the move?
Guys, both सब तो ठीक है, but Sagar and Amruta in one place looking
अरे
so cute.
हाँ हर्षित भाई वही हम लोग बोल रहे थे कि people were like feeling like home करके तो अभी हमने बोला हर्षित जूम पे आएगा now
Abhi,
Correct.
the only thing left for making this stream homely is to just start eating food in our thali. And by the way,
मैं भी
guys,
slide लेके आ जाता हूँ.
oh God. हाँ, एक बार Harshit will come
Harshit
to
is
Mumbai.
coming to Mumbai,
Yes,
guys.
yes,
We will
yes.
have him here very soon. We will also plan a meetup with Harshit by Queen F4 check, attacking E4 and Rook C8. Both
Rook
are
C8.
winning moves.
Both are winning. Great.
Wow,
By the
nobody
way,
fell in the
CD4,
trap.
He takes with
Rook
the
D4.
Rook. Praggu in form. भाई मुझे ऐसे क्यों लग रहा है कि प्रज्ञानंदा has come to this tournament in great focus mode. He's like no
Yeah.
nonsense approach.
Guys, and just for everyone wondering why taking with the rook was so important now, after bishop d6, the bishop on f4 is no longer hanging, which makes g5 possible. And I think after g5, it's all over.
Yes, absolutely. And just like even takes and
Then
g5
g5.
now,
Yeah.
the thing is this is pin now. So you
Yeah.
can't even go knight e4. You simply take bishop e4 and winning the game.
Yeah, exactly. So rook takes d4, great awareness there by Prag, and he's also playing fast. Not only is he playing well, he's utilizing the time when Arvind is thinking, and which is putting a lot of pressure on the clock on Arvind. This is not easy at all. I am predicting a smooth victory by Prag in this game.
Well, let's see if Prag weaves some of his magic here because he's known to create some chances. But as Harshit has rightly pointed out, less chances for
Yeah.
Arvind.
Also 3 minutes or 4 minutes on the clock and 10 minutes for Prague. You know, generally when you begin the tournament in a smooth way, it
Yeah.
gives you a lot of confidence.
Don't you feel that Arvind body language looks really, really right now like as if he's going to lose this game? He's just not able to decide on his move. He's just, like look at him moving in his chair, not able to see what to do. Tough here.
Yeah, very tough. I was thinking maybe even I would consider knight b8, knight c6. Perhaps I'm not sure what to do. I just feel my pieces are awkward. Knight b8, knight c6. Maybe some chances, but
If you go
not
knight
really.
b8, can I simply not go g5? Then d5 is hanging, h7
Yeah.
is hanging.
No, this is
But
tough.
can I go knight c5? I don't care about the d5 pawn, suppose.
Push.
Knight h. Anyway, I'm going to lose a pawn. So I
h7
have
भी
to
मर रहा है.
go.
सब पूरा everything is falling there.
And Amruta, this might be
D5,
just a
D5.
question.
Yeah,
Like, for
yeah,
example,
yeah.
if you go queen a5, looking here, all of a sudden there is this
Knight,
bishop
no, knight
c7.
Knight e7 check over, na? Haan, d8 is
And
protected.
97 is also simple. Rook e7, rook d8, and
And
the
then
c5 knight
c5
is
is
hanging in the end.
hanging. You
Completely
don't have
over.
rook c7 also, yeah.
But
Oh,
knight
but you have knight
f4.
f4.
Arre,
Threatening
Oh.
here. Should be a little careful.
अरे नहीं bishop h7
Rook
and
d1.
queen f5 क्या?
Or just
Knight
rook d1,
g6.
which does the
Rook
trick
d1.
here. Yeah, that's safe.
मतलब the position is so better that even if you can go wrong then.
Yeah, there's no way to go wrong here, guys. Look at
2 minutes.
there.
Prag, for Arvind.
Even though it's Arvind's move, Prag is the one who is super switched on.
And that's such a good quality that Prague showcases there, because usually when you're winning and you have a lot of time, you usually start getting a little relaxed. And that's when your opponent starts to come back in the game. But this focus of Praggnanandhaa, I think, is going to make sure that he doesn't let his advantage slip away and that he finds the most accurate moves from now on.
Wow. Harshad, how are you feeling like right now looking at this standard chess, yeah, after freestyle chess?
No, I mean, this looks, I mean, it looks overwhelming for White. I
by
mean,
the
this
way,
position just looks.
But
Bishop
guys,
d4.
it's a blunder. It's a tactical error.
Wait.
Let's see if we can all spot it. White to play and win. There's one move that is completely winning here, and let's see if you can spot it. It's white
Yeah.
to move. What do you do here?
And I think you showed this idea. You showed this idea that the bishop on f4 may or may not jump somewhere at some point.
Yeah, but not easy, not easy. And Sohit Kishore, Arnav Agarwal, I'm expecting Prag to invest a solid 5 minute here, 5 minute thing to find the move. Okay, let's say those who have found it, let me see if we can find chat chess moves here. And if people have found the answer to this, knight a4. Wow, we have Malay Das, Arnav Agarwal, Sanin, Rudra, Bidu, CRB, Insane, SVS. Well done, guys. That is the right answer. Knight a4. But Harshit bhai, what happens to queen b5? Because I keep my bishop defended.
And what about my bishop on f5? Let me retreat it back to d3, attacking your queen on b5, forcing it to go to a5. And now say
And
hello
now-
to my other bishop from f4.
Oh man, these bishops are just like rockets. They are moving in any direction. They are like crazy rockets. Attacking
Crazy भाई.
this and this.
इस दिवाली में फोड़ते वक्त भी डर लगता है.
Oh my goodness. This is just so bad now. Okay, the people who are saying g5, this is what Arvind wants. He wants g5 so that he can take on c3, and then whatever you take back with, let's say you take back with the pawn, then he can jump in here and maybe he will maximally lose a pawn here.
That's a good idea actually, practically, because he's giving a pawn, bishop e4, d4, rook e4, but he gets a lot of compensation now because the c3 pawn is weak,
Yeah.
and perhaps now after rook e4, queen e4, knight c5, knight d3 check.
It's over.
This might actually just
Black
be
will
winning.
win.
Queen b2 check.
Will win here
Because of
after this. So in a way, Prag's move is very forced. Knight a4. Other moves give her Arvind fighting chances.
Yeah, by the way, just curious, how good is king b1?
But then I just take on
bishop
c3, no?
queen
Also
c3.
much better for white, right? This position, queen
Yeah.
c3,
It's still +1. It's
Yeah.
still +1.
because
But Harshit
look,
Bhai, it's the difference
Of course,
between
knight
+4 and +1. So like
Yeah,
knight
knight
a4,
a4
he can resign.
yeah, knight a4 is overwhelmingly strong. What does he want? Queen a5, bishop c7. Does he want some b6 business? But let's say bishop d8, and now I even have queen c7 in the end. So this just never works.
Yeah, and also there's
Queen
no rook
c7.
c8 coming. So then
Yeah.
you don't even have to worry about moving your king. You can just power
Yeah.
through with
Oh,
g5.
g5.
And look at Prag there. Prag is like, bhai, meko to kuch dikh nahi raha. I'm just winning after knight a4. I can't see any defense.
Yeah. But it's what?
No. Sorry guys, I play. गलती से click हो गया.
But you know, this is always a bit dangerous when you have delayed the castle
Yeah.
and suddenly you go for long castle and you have this plan in h4 g4, and the advantage in long castle is your king many times just simply tucks into b1 and is still safe.
Exactly, Amruta. And now
a great point.
look at Prag. He's bobbing his head. He spots the move knight a4. He's just making sure that black doesn't have any 1-2 move tricks that Arvind has made for Prag. But there's nothing. There's nothing, as you said. Knight a4 is going to perhaps decide the result.
Yes, and we have one result already. Fedoseev has just beaten David Gavrilescu. Hi, have you ever played David Gavrilescu?
I think in age group tournaments, he's the same age as me, I think,
Oh.
2001.
Oh.
Or very close. So I have like seen him in many age group events. Very nice guy, very nice person, very hardworking. He's very good in openings actually.
And also
So
big thing for him to play here, right? He just beat
Yes.
Topalov in round 1.
yeah, no, he's a very talented player from Romania, and it's great that the organizers are giving him an opportunity to play here because I'm sure he's going to cherish this experience
Yeah, it's
for some time.
basically Superbet, guys, which is the sponsor of this 2 legs here. Superbet in Poland and then Superbet in Warsaw, in Bucharest in Romania. So they have given more opportunities to their Romanian players, which is Deac Bogdan, who is playing, and also David Gavrilescu.
Yeah.
And Prag is not making his move. As we said, he will invest a solid 5 minutes for this move. And he has been doing that. He isn't yet ready with his move. Let's just look there. Prag
Yeah.
thinking,
There's no way he doesn't play knight a4, right?
no, if he doesn't play knight a4, I will simply sell my house.
No, you said you'll be okay with the haircut, which will be done by me.
Oh my god. Okay, if he doesn't play, I let
We have to make
Amruta
Sagar
cut my hair. But actually, Harshit Bhai, because my
Yes.
hair is not that important, maybe we let Amruta cut your hair.
You have
नहीं मुझे मत खींचो भाई इसमें.
Sagar, one bet you have to give a dare to Harshit where you will cut his hair.
Oh yes, 100%
That-
Harshit Bhai someday.
अभी देखते हैं
Look at
कि सच
Harshit
में
Bhai.
how much does he,
I
you know?
do feel Harshit Bhai has looked different. Harshit Bhai, did you find time to cut your hair?
Yeah,
Every
actually.
country में जाके haircut कर रहा है. Like what is the idea? Like you have to meet the barber over there. Like what's the plan?
Oh, our Prag
I-
about to move.
What?
No
What? G5?
No
No way.
It's a good move.
Prag,
Come on.
no
He missed the
way.
best one, but this
no
is a
That
great
is-
way
idea.
Prag missed it. Oh
No,
my.
but knight a4 was overwhelmingly strong and bishop c3. Arvind is so happy. Quickly take the knight on c3. I
Arvind is
think
like, Prag, thank you for believing in me.
No, but you didn't
Amru-
look at the engine, right? Harshit, you found a knight a4 move right now.
No, but he saw the
Yeah,
bar,
I'm just-
right?
Yeah.
He saw the bar.
Yeah,
and
that's
that's
good
a
enough.
small
Yes.
thing. But look at this, guys. This was such a important and
Maybe there was something deeper because of which Prag rejected it. I think we need to understand this. If we find him, we'll ask him why he rejected knight a4.
by the way,
Yeah,
he's
no.
still clearly better here, Prag, and his position is great.
बाल गया, घर गया, क्या गया exactly पता नहीं.
Amruta, कैची ready कर दो.
But
Oh no, Amruta, please, मेरा बाल मत काट.
oh
Guys,
my
anyway,
God.
I have not much left.
इसीलिए तो अच्छे से करता है, जितना दिखेगा वो टेंशन मत ले, कर ही देंगे.
Oh, we have some Asset UL supporters in the house who are so happy because Arvind is back in the game. That's true. Guys, now there is a very solid move that White has. It's very difficult for humans to play it, but it is amazing move. Harshit bhai, do you want to give a crack at it?
White to play?
Yes.
I mean, I was considering to bring my rook in, but then I was
That's the
afraid
second best move.
Yeah. The first best
What about
move.
this move? Does that tempt you?
No, no, no.
Why not?
I am not. I'm a bit afraid that some knight c3 tactics.
Knight c3, queen c3, rook
Oh yeah,
c8.
practically looks
Or just
dangerous.
knight c5 looking here, and
Yeah,
that also
true.
looks pretty
Oh,
good.
No,
so
no, no.
actually you're all the time showing that the d3 square could be a problem and white needs to be a bit careful about that.
Definitely.
No, black is very much back in the game right now. I mean, all three results possible if this happens.
Yeah, no, the best move here, and guys, very tough move. Harshit bhai, let me know what you think. c4.
I mean, it seems it's a very typical move, but with the king on c1, I would be very afraid to make this move. With my king on g1, obviously I would
Yeah.
scream the move g4, but right now I think rook h d1 was much more logical.
And also the king cannot really go to the b file. D file also looks now the rook on d8, making sense all of a sudden. So c4 looks visually like
and-
dangerous.
Let me just see if rook h d1. I was trying to calculate, and now I think the point is after knight takes c3. Oh, he goes what?
f3. F3. And guys, this game is getting wild and intense because very much likely that Arvind is going to take on c3, queen takes
Bishop
c3, and then rook c8.
Would
You
be
lose
lights
the
out.
queen.
Yeah, no, can't do that. Knight c3, bishop d7 is what Prag is banking on.
Yeah, and
But I
if
think
rook
the black has a
d7,
reinforce.
then
And
now queen c3, there is no way that you get your... He takes on
Took
c3.
it.
He
Took
takes
it.
it.
Bishop d7.
Bishop
And
d7.
maybe rook c8. Oh my god, bishop d7, rook c8.
Okay, this
yeah?
is getting extremely complex.
No. There is an
Wait a minute.
incredible move here.
Wait a
Harshit
minute,
bhai.
knight I2
Find
J5.
it. Find it, guys.
Oh my
my
God.
god. It's a huge move.
Crazy,
Knight
crazy.
b5. Holy
Crazy.
smokes.
No, knight b5 doesn't work, bhai. Knight b5. Here you can just play bishop b5 and you are just winning.
Crazy. Guys, this is
There
saying...
is something very... Oh, finds it.
Knight
Knight
e2
e2.
check.
He
no,
finds
not
it.
knight e2.
No, he
knight
finds...
e2. Knight
Yeah, queen
e2.
e2 and now queen
Queen
takes
d4.
d4. He
Oh.
missed this, I believe. Arvind has found it. And oh no, Prag has also
Insane.
seen it, it seems.
Obviously, he will not miss such a thing.
But now you can't take here because e2 is hanging.
Bishop e8.
Oh, maybe
Bishop
you have to
e8.
take. It's the best move. If bishop e8, then just
Rook
queen
c8.
a1 check and you lose this guy.
Arey baapre.
What the...
All LPDOs, guys, over there, you have to be very careful. Ye mar raha hai, wo mar raha hai.
But guys, now
Sagar.
after takes, rook e2, bishop, two bishops for a rook, but a2 pawn is hanging. It's very difficult to assess.
And the rook is completely stopping the white king from going to c2 and b3. The rook from d8 is going to join the attack as well.
It's happened.
I-
It's happened.
This happened.
This
He
is
saw
on the
bishop
board.
f5.
He played
Bishop
bg4 now.
g4.
Oh
But
my
a2
God.
is hanging simply.
I think Prag really feels like, oh my god, what the hell did I do? My position was so better.
This is...
And now we are playing for 3 results actually.
So, knight a4 was important over there, yeah? Winning move.
Yeah.
No, but Arvind showing such great resourcefulness. Knight e2 check. Not at all easy to find that. He did find it. He's now down to a minute on the clock. Praggnanandhaa has 2 minutes 14 seconds. Rook takes a2. Has to be
Yeah.
taken. He takes it. He chops it off.
He takes
And a
it, king
big threat
b1.
now. Rook a1 check is a threat. You lose the rook simply.
King b1, I think, will be played rather quickly, hitting the rook on a2, also protecting rook a1. And then after rook a4, bishop to e5. This is the variation that I'm expecting to happen on the board.
Yeah.
White would love to go h5, h6 like alpha 0, plank the pawn there on h6 so that the pawn on h7 will be a long-term weakness. I think this is what Prag's strategy will be, keep pawn h5, h6, and then try to bring the rook. So king b1. But he's
King
still thinking.
b1. He's not. He maybe Harshit bhai. He's attracted by rook h2 move to trade the rooks and to play this, which I'm not so sure because the king actually does a good job of stopping the black pawns.
But
That's
it's
too
a
tough.
who will try according to you if anybody has. No, but those 2 pawns, don't they look risky? Because
I mean,
rook and a passer.
They are
Passer
very
reserve.
good pawns, but it's just that the white king is so well placed, it will stop those pawns.
Yeah. If rook h2, I think we really need to admire Prag's ability to like understand that
Yeah.
those two bishops give him an advantage, but that's very tough.
Too tough. Too tough here to go for this or not is the question. Oh, he's playing it.
What?
No.
No, he went
He
rook
went
e1 or
rook-
what?
What? Rook e1?
Yep,
Maybe
with
it's a
50.
blunder. It's a blunder,
No,
guys.
losing the plot.
He's
Rook.
losing the plot. Correctly said. Check. Maybe Arvind now with real chances to win, guys. Check king d2 on the board. He's now going to chop off. Chop,
Oh.
chop.
So that the king is moving far and the pawns are very fast here.
I
for
can't
black.
believe what has just happened here. Prag, from having a +4 edge, is now in a minus situation with a5, b5. Guys, the main problem here is that the king is little bit away. On b1, it was well placed. Now on e1, it has to again lose 3 moves to come back to stop the pawns.
कितना difference but उससे king b1 to e1. Yeah.
Yeah, but Amruta, one tempo is so important. Now you're going to take 2 more moves to come there. A5, B5, B4, and I think black is going to get his pawns on A4 and B4. And once the pawns are so far advanced, he just has too much initiative and counterplay going on that side of the board. This is a bit uncharacteristic of Praggnanandhaa, I must say, because
Absolutely.
of the way he was in total control of the position, and now Arvind shows why he's so
Look at
tricky.
Arvind. He's feeling like kya kelu, he wants to play his move. He
Rook
plays
E8
rook e8 check. This is again not a great move because Prag wants to go in the other direction. Again, Prag gets back some of his edge. F6 he's played. I think a5, b5 was more important to start pushing your pawns. But
Maybe he thought a5, bishop c7, rook 8, and then I don't know, king is coming in.
maybe. But f6 and now Prag can go bishop d7, which is a very interesting move. Because when the rook moves, you have a check here, then the other bishop
No, but
moves
what is
in.
rook e7? Bishop d7, rook e7, then what is the bishop doing there?
Yeah, it's
Then bishop A4 maybe.
oh,
He
he
takes
takes
on a-
GF, GF.
Yeah.
And
But then
now
do you want to
bishop F5.
maneuver? Do you want to
Yeah.
Oh,
maneuver
and
like
now he
this?
plays bishop f5. He's keeping an eye here.
Yeah, one
And push,
isolated
push.
pawn. This is a good
Exactly.
one. Good practical chance for Prag in the future.
Guys, anything is possible here. Position, look at the bar right in the center here, near the chessboard. It's showing equal position, but can go in any
10
direction.
seconds for Aravindh Chithambaram.
Pushes his
A5.
pawn to a5. A good move there by Arvind. Harshit bhai, what's your guess here? Draw? Arvind wins? Prag wins?
I don't think it will be a draw. That's for sure. The way the game is going with this little time on the clock, I think that we are in for a treat right now. H5 is what I was expecting, but then A4, bishop D7, rook 8, maybe even pawn sacrifices. It's getting intense now. Bishop D7, A3. Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh my
a3.
God.
This reminds me of this
Oh.
game of Magnus
Holy
Carlsen.
moly. A2.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just queens.
And the bishops are useless actually.
And that's why we needed the king here, not on d2.
Mm. Now you get it. Yeah.
This
But
is-
actually,
this
such a
is-
balanced position to understand the material, double bishop versus rook and
He
passer,
plays
how
bishop
it can be.
c7.
C7.
And Prag is like, Arvind, push the pawn, my friend. I'm your friend. Push.
Can it
No, but
affect,
A4
by the way, the friendship?
A4, why not?
I don't know, Amruta, but right now, definitely
Yeah.
Prag is playing not great moves. Arvind now can start activating his king here to get on the other side. He can also push his pawn to h5.
Yeah, and if you
King
look at the body
G7.
language, Arvind feels that he's
B5.
better.
B5 played, but guys, now Prag is okay. Bishop c5 to plonk the bishop here, stopping both the
It's a
pawns from
very
advancing.
difficult endgame, you know. I think
Yeah.
it's going to go a lot of times up and down.
Agreed. Not at all easy.
Yeah, and Bishop D7 would be a big blunder right now. No, it won't be actually,
Yeah.
because
Why
Rook
would
D8,
it?
you do have Bishop E6 check, and you survive. But this perhaps is a good position for Black now, because King G6, King H5 is coming very quickly.
Correct. By the way, Prag goes bishop a3, and now Arvind brings his king to f7. We can chop off this pawn, but then Arvind will go to h8 and chop off this pawn. So it all depends on how ambitious Prag is now. If he's not very ambitious, he might take here and then come back and then take here and then take here, and this should end in a draw most
No, but
likely.
he didn't do it.
He didn't
He
do
goes
it.
Bishop D3.
Prag wants to win.
Prag is ambitious
Yeah,
because
he's
you know he
ambitious.
was always having a better position, and sometimes you do not accept where you have landed into.
True. And now Rook b8 makes a lot of sense to defend your pawn, threatening. No, he goes
Rook
the other
G8?
side. He
That
wants
is
to come from
insane.
here. But this now
Wow.
just take on b5, right?
And then Rook G2 check?
And then king c3 maybe.
Yeah,
He takes
wow.
it.
What a decision. What a decision.
What about Rook G3, King E3, Rook H3,
Rook g3 also a good move. He goes g2 check, Amruta.
and Rook H2 maybe?
And now king will move up. I think king c3, king
No,
c1.
King C3 and Rook G3, no?
Yeah, king
King
c3.
C3, Rook F2.
Rook F2 is also there.
Attacking the pawn on f3. He goes rook f2.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no, this doesn't look good for white at all now that things are slowly getting clearer.
Bishop A4, Rook F3 check. This is what's going to happen on the board, I think.
Yeah,
He takes the
it.
pawn.
Bishop
Rook
a4
F3.
check.
King
Both
B4
players having
forced.
just few
Fine.
seconds.
And he plays king to b4. And now king e6. I think Prag's chances of winning have been gone. Most likely. Also, I must say that it's easier to place black here than white. Because
Yeah, I mean,
black
black
can
is-
just go chop this pawn, push, while white has to coordinate all his pieces. Not so easy.
Maybe he'll go H5, Bishop E8 for a while, but the F pawn is deadly.
Amruta,
Exactly.
you are
F5.
right. H5
No,
played.
F4.
Yeah.
I think black is a favorite. Black is a
Ooh,
small favorite right now with F5, F4.
This could really make a huge difference in this entire tournament. F5 played here by Arvind. And now what does Prag do?
Maybe H6. Maybe I need to put my pawn on H6. Bishop C1 he played. I'm getting nervous for
Oh
Prag
my
right now.
god. We have
F4.
2,000 people watching right now.
That's really
Wow.
cool, guys. Now, do like the stream. We would love if more people join in. F4 played Bishop C2. And he's attacking this pawn on H7.
What if H6?
H6 is possible. Even Rook F1 with the idea of attacking here F3, F2.
10 seconds for
Rook F1 will
Arvind.
happen. Rook F1 will happen.
F1.
Played.
Played it. And look at Arvind there. He's sensing his chance. Guys, he's sensing that there is an opportunity here for him to win. 12 seconds. Look at Prag's clock ticking down. He goes Bishop D2. Not a bad move.
F3. Push
F3.
him.
Push.
Push karo.
Push karo.
Push
Push
karo.
raho.
Arvind, what a game. What a match we have in front of us. What a topsy-turvy game. F3 played. If Bishop H7, F2, Bishop D3, Rook D1. Incredible stuff.
What? Take here. F2. Bishop
Bishop
D3.
D3,
Rook
Rook
D1. Losing here. Oh my god. This so tough for
King
Prag to
C3.
calculate. He brings his king
Yeah,
in.
H6 takes it.
But then he's losing. Now winning for
He's
Arvind.
losing
Rook
F2.
H1 is winning. He finds
Rook
it.
H1.
He finds
Played.
it.
Okay,
Wow.
now it's
Oh
done.
my god. Arvind Chithambaram is a genius. He converted a completely lost position into winning. Bishop
Bishop
E3 and now Rook takes pawn. He takes it. He's totally winning. Prag on the back foot.
This is such a
Yeah.
shocking turnaround.
Huge. Huge. I can't believe it.
Yeah,
King D3
as
played
soon as-
and now very important King F5 only winning move. King F5, King G4 very tough move again. Do you think he'll find it?
Will happen. Will happen. very quickly. I think Arvind is very good at this kind of patterns. Yes, King F5 played. Yeah,
Finds it. Oh my
not surprised at all.
goodness.
Not
What
surprised
a
at all.
move.
Amazing perseverance, man.
Yeah. No,
Wow.
Arvind, once he gets the chance, he's not going to let this slip away. Bishop A4, nice practical idea, but now just King
Check
G4,
from
King
here.
G3.
Ooh, with 1 second
King
on the
G4.
clock.
He finds King G4. Oh, Prag had only a second. That's true, Amruta.
And Bishop
Guys,
F2,
look
King
at Prag. He
H3.
can't believe where he has landed. It's unbelievable, insane. Don't go Rook H2, Arvind. Bishop E3 is a draw, perhaps, or something. King H3, he
H3.
finds
Yeah,
the best move again. King G2, he's coming in here.
Cannot believe this, Sagar bhai. How did this happen to Prag's position?
I can't wrap my brain around it. He goes Bishop E8, attacking the Rook from the other side
Rook
now.
H6. Rook H6.
Yeah,
Easy.
Rook H6, good move. Even King G2 could win, actually. Rook H6.
Oh my God.
And
Bishop F7. This is over. King G2.
yeah, now get in with your king. Man, Praggnanandhaa, I'm want to see his expression after the game. I don't know if he'll be managed to, talk with his opponent Arvind, who is his very good friend. They actually share so much together whenever they
Oh,
are at
Rook
events.
A6.
Sorry?
Rook A6 now. What a move.
Yes,
Rook to A6.
it's the best move, Arshit bhai, to check here and win the bishop.
What a move that is. Wow. Will he find it?
Finds
Yes.
it.
Wow.
Wow, and he's not left his hand. He plays
Why,
B6. He changed from A6 to
No.
B6. And oh my
What?
God, what a blunder!
Are you serious?
What a blunder! Because now no more check here. He found the winning move. He had found the winning move. You saw him shaking his head.
Can't believe that's so. Like, it will
What
hurt
did you,
him
did
so
you see
much.
Praggnanandhaa? He was like, he found his hope there. Insane turnaround.
Oh my goodness.
Insane. Harshit bhai,
यार वो खेला
this
और
is the
छोड़ा.
first time I saw a Super GM placing the piece on right square and then putting it on the wrong square.
Man.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe draw is a fair result because both of them have.
Nothing is fair in this game.
Yeah.
Nothing is fair.
I don't know what's happening, bhai. I just lost for words. Rook A6 was a very easy win. He makes a blunder. The nerves are getting to him, and now he needs to make sure he doesn't lose.
Pushes D5, but now it's just over. Like, like H5, but still H5. You can see Arvind is visibly shaken. He's not able to know what to do because win was so near.
Yeah, because then a white's passer can be deadly also with
Yeah.
the double bishop.
He
It's
pushes
not just that.
H5.
Bishop H4.
Harshit by F2. Oh, F2 can't pin ho gaya bhai. Sorry. He plays
Bishop
Bishop
H4
H4.
bhai.
Oh my God. Only
King
move to
H3
draw
only
King
move.
अरे
H3.
बाप रे, but
Only.
Prag is winning. No, King H3. He finds the draw. He
Okay.
finds it.
now bishop
No, but I
F4.
feel now it's really anything can happen, guys.
Oh, bishop E1. He goes bishop E1 because then there are ideas with bishop E4 as well.
Yeah.
H4, H4 or
What
king
happened?
G2.
Amruta.
Oh God, अपना net गया.
No. All is well. All is well. All is well.
King G2 played.
He played King G2?
Yes.
Yeah, he came
But
back.
now Bishop F2. Now Bishop F2. Maneuver, like triangulation.
Oh, he goes Rook D8. King G2.
Oh.
Sorry, where was D6? Rook D8. Oh, he blundered. He's winning. Bishop F3.
What?
White is winning.
No,
What?
White
no.
is winning.
No.
Yes. He's winning
Bishop
totally. Bishop B4.
Bishop C3.
Bishop A5 also wins, mere
Bishop
bhai.
C3.
Take this
Bishop
and this.
Yeah.
Bishop C7. Prag also. Oh, Prag placed on the right square. Insane. Look at Arvind. He can't believe his luck.
I
Oh,
can't believe it.
bhai, I can't. This is the heartbreak of the decade. Yeah, really of the century also.
This is कैसे possible है?
भाई मुझे कुछ नहीं पता ये क्या हो रहा है. I can't look at Arvind there.
No, that does hurt so much.
He goes rook e8 check. King goes to f2. And now guys d7 d8 queen. Ah,
दिल तोड़ दिया.
he resigns and Prag is like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry
And
for
what
that.
would happen to Ramesh who would be watching this game? I mean, so many ups and downs, such a tough end game.
Yeah, I can't believe what I saw there, guys.
What a game! I'm at the edge of my seat. Yes, absolutely, Shrijita. That's the feeling.
This is what makes chess so exciting. I mean, we see mistakes, we see brilliancies, and at the end of the day, they're still talking to each other. I don't know how Arvind is not, super upset and running away from the board. He's still analyzing. So
Great
much for
attitude.
me to learn every time I look at these two people.
Yeah, a lot
Great.
to learn. And for Prague, it's like 2 victories in a row. Of course, he would have loved to have it much more smoothly done here. But a win is a win.
Yeah. And I think this was like one of the best practice session, Harshit bhai, also for you for tomorrow's tournament because you couldn't
No
avoid.
way. Harshit bhai is like, भाई ऐसा मेरे साथ ना हो कभी.
हार्टबीट बढ़ गया भाई देख के मेरा ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए गेम में
They felt pressure. Baap re. Roller coaster. Every move matters. Yeah. Totally roller coaster, man.
Yeah, it's just terrible. And Harshit bhai, can you show us a bit around your any view from your room
Yes,
that we
actually.
can see? Because people want to see what Sardinia looks like.
It's beautiful now.
अच्छा.
I'm just
बाप रे
came
इतना
out. I
धूप
don't
है.
Oh wow. Oh
कुछ
wow.
दिख
Actually बहुत ज्यादा light है. Oh
Oh
wow.
man, this looks like a
Oh my
wallpaper.
God. 1 second, Harshit bhai, we need you on full screen.
Absolutely.
1 second.
भाई मैं गिर जाऊंगा तो
Crazy.
balcony से
अरे
तो I'm
हाँ
बाहर.
ये
नहीं,
संभाल
नहीं,
संभाल
अभी रुको भाई, एक मिनट रुको.
सेटिंग करते हैं.
We are trying to get Harshit bhai's view on the main screen here. I can't believe where Harshit bhai has landed right now. Always going to beautiful spots.
Ooh.
And I don't have a wallpaper behind me. This is real life.
Wait a second. We are just bringing it on for our
Oh.
viewers. There you are, Harshit bhai,
Oh.
on the full screen. Where the hell are you?
Crazy.
I'm in an island and right now I'm standing outside here, bhai.
Oh, look at that. वो क्या है यार, क्या ही सेटिंग है, इधर तो सेटिंग ही हो जाएगा.
Is there a beach behind?
Yes. So there is the swimming pool.
Ah.
On this side, maybe you can see. I can't show it in this,
Hmm.
but there is a beach. I just came from the swimming pool also. बहुत ही सब कुछ है यहाँ पे.
डाइव
हाँ.
मार के दिखाओ, डाइव.
नहीं अभी यहाँ से डाइव मारूंगा तो फिर कभी उठूंगा ही नहीं.
हाँ, true. But ये बहुत ही सुंदर है भाई जगह. It's in Italy, right?
It's in Italy. I would really recommend like someone who wants to combine having a vacation and play chess to come to this event. Very nice resort. Then they also have all the meals included in their package. So the weather is amazing. बहुत ही मजा आ रहा है.
Wow. Harshit bhai, please chess भी खेलना थोड़ा so that.
हर्षद भाई तो इन फॉर्म ओनली रे, आज क्या ही मूव्स ढूंढ रहे थे.
हाँ भाई,
He was
ऐसे बीच पे
already-
थोड़ा रिलैक्स करके आए थे तो फिर कोई भी मूव ढूंढेगा. That is true.
But I was not expecting so much excitement after coming from the beach. This game was, I haven't seen such a game in a very long time. So
Yeah.
thanks a lot, guys, for having me.
Thank
I
you,
will
bhai.
maybe,
You were
take
amazing
some-
to have you here.
Yeah. This was the
India-
best game for which we could have him actually.
Correct. And when you joined, we were like, "Arey Harshit bhai, I ekdam miniature," but no, it went on till move number 55. It went on and on. So thank you, 59 moves. Thank you for joining. And Harshit bhai is playing at the Sardinia Open from tomorrow. It's a strong event. Harshit bhai, what's your seeding there?
I think I'm seeded 14th or 15th, so
Crazy.
quite strong. We
Who's
also
the
have
top
Leon.
seed?
I think the top seed is Daniel Dardha, maybe. Then SL Narayanan, Leon Mendonça are also playing. So will be very exciting. The games start at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Oh my
So
God. It's a double round tomorrow?
double round and maybe around 1:30 p.m. Indian time if anyone wants to follow. So
Yeah. And Harshit bhai, we will definitely keep people updated about your games. Before we let you go, just your final thoughts on Ajju bhai's position here. He's playing in the Bundesliga against Leon Levich. And I think he's very close to becoming India #1 again. Because if he wins today, he won yesterday against Max Warmerdam. And he's already exchange up.
Yeah, black does have 2 pawns, so black definitely has compensation, but the king on e2 is actually quite safe. It There's no way that black can even give one check to the king, and I think white definitely does not want to exchange the queens. It's all going to be about the black king who's weak, which sounds surprising, but rook d1, queen d3 is going to happen next, and the queen is going to try to infiltrate. I am predicting Arjun and his experience uh, to prevail in this match.
Beautiful. Thank you, Harshit bhai, and see you soon.
See you guys. Bye bye.
Guys, that was Harshit Raja all the way from Italy joining us for an insanely crazy game between Praggnanandhaa and Arvind. We had so much of excitement. I can't believe where we reached here. We had a lot of people joining in, and so that was also nice to see. Praggnanandhaa right now leading the tournament with 2 out of 2. That's also good news for all the Prag fans out there. But Prag looks keen to win the tournament, not just the matches, I guess. Yeah, he would definitely. Arvind versus Aronian. Oh, Prerana says, reminds me of Chennai Grandmasters. True. That will be a very interesting game here. And by the way, Arjun Erigaisi also doing very well in Bundesliga that is happening in Deggendorf in Germany. 2700chess.com. I'm just looking at it right now. Arjun is at 2784.9, that is 2785, and Gukesh is at 2787. So if Arjun wins this, he might very well surpass Gukesh on the live ratings and become India #1 again. That's quite possible. We will see what will happen there. But for now, all eyes on the Grand Chess Tour, guys. कैसा लग रहा है? Oh, Raunak Sadhwani also completely winning. Divyanshi says Anish Giri game he already drew today. I think Anish doing his job for his team. He was black, so drawing with the black pieces always a good idea there. And yeah, these are few results. And what's the next round pairing that we can look at? Round number 3, we have Levon versus Arvind, and we have Praggnanandhaa versus Deac, Bogdan, Daniel, who played against Arvind in round number 1. Guys, do like the stream. Do subscribe to ChessBase India. We want to move forward, keep moving forward on our subscriber count. We are at 2623308. Nice to see that. And also, please do contribute to helpchess.org to support Indian chess. Also, I wanted to show you one book that we have made. Maybe I will ask Amruta if she can give me Chesspa Meets Gookie book. This is a very, very nice book that we have created recently, and our idea is to inspire young kids through the stories of great Indian champions. We decided to start off with Gukesh. Hopefully, in the coming days, we will also be able to make it on the other young Indian talents and great masters, and that is what we would love. And there you have it, the book that is Chesspa Meets Gookie. So do check it out. We will have Gukesh playing in the Grand Chess Tour very, very soon. In now something like 10 days. It will start on 7th of May. We will also be doing the live streams for that. And Amruta, it's board number 1 and 2 now next, which is Aronian versus Arvind, Prag versus Deac, and guys, the games will start in 10 minutes from now. सागर भाई ने उनके हेयर सैक्रिफाइस कर दिए चेस के लिए. भाई मैं कट कर लूंगा. अमृता, we will definitely record it when Amruta is cutting my hair. Prisha says, are all rounds over for today? No guys, one more game for today and then we will end today, because 3 rapid games every single day. But Amruta, in between you did see that the video was lagging a bit, right? Of the players.
I didn't see.
Yeah, it was like they were about to make a move and then it would stop and then it would keep, and it was not like, you know, that critical moment was getting missed. That one. Prerana says, thank you for bringing these games to us. Thank you so much for watching it. Dilip Kulkarni, good job you both are doing for chess lovers. You know, guys, if you guys keep watching, we will be able to actually work on getting more such games for you. We will be hopefully someday be able to also get some sponsors on the stream, for which we will be able to recoup all the investment that we make to get these videos and so on. So that is the hope. But we are, even if it doesn't happen, we'll continue to bring you live coverage, because when the Indian players are playing at the top and we cover them, it is very, very inspiring for everyone who follows them. And so that's the plan. How to play another game after such a stressful game, says Nitish. That's such a good question, Nitish, because if Arvind doesn't recover, his next round opponent, Levon Aronian, is not going to give him an easy time by any means, Amruta.
Oh, yeah, no, and that is the hardest thing right now, to recover from this loss. And I think this is what is something which is a huge advantage of chess. You have less time to recover, but you have to, and the mental strength it gives is insane. So, yeah, this will, in the long term, will help Arvind, obviously.
Yeah.
But Prag has definitely, got this kind of a shock as well, that he has to be careful.
Yes, and
A
for
winning
Prag, I
game
think,
can be-
Amruta,
yeah.
this win would mean so much, because then he's still on the lead, 2 out of 2, and it's looking good for him, actually.
Absolutely. Ooh, AKS says, Sagar bhai, please continue Sagar Shah versus GM series.
Yes, I want to continue that, guys, but
Versus नहीं था ना वो, like
yeah,
Yogesh
Sagar
के-
Shah versus the GMs. That was the
versus,
series.
Nightbot says, check out Chess Ranga to improve your chess.
Wow.
And also subscribe to ChessBase India Clips channel, guys. हिंदी also बहुत कुछ है. How are players selected for GCT? Is it only by invitation or any elimination rounds?
Yeah, it is by invitation only, and that is how it has. You have to be one of the top players in the world to be selected for playing this, and yeah.
Shamshuddin says, long back I met Levon in Jaipur. Such a humble person
Oh, really?
and good player.
Wow. Yeah, I remember he had gone to Jaipur
हाँ,
to
पर
as a
vacation.
part of his just short vacation when he came to Kolkata. I think we also have some pictures of him feeding some animals there and so on, I think.
Ah,
तथागत से सुपर चैट्स पढ़ लो प्लीज. अरे इतने सुपर चैट थे ही नहीं तथागत की पढ़ने पड़ेंगे. And Chandrabhushan says, bring back COB. We will try our best to get it back. I also hope that we will be able to get the COB plus.
oh yeah, oh, that would be a
Samay,
good time.
Biswa, everyone.
And Sagar, maybe you can just take a break for 2 minutes and come back, because it's
Oh, it
been
will
4
start
hours.
very soon.
Yeah.
4 नहीं 3 घंटे ही हुए अभी तक.
Yeah. जाके आया?
हाँ, yeah. No, actually, it might start in more than Amruta. It might start at 8:50 because no, it's 1.5 hour gap. हाँ,
अरे एक
1.5
walk करके जाए. Sagar bhai, guys, tell me, would you like to see the haircut like on live? But that is a little
Live-
bit like
live
that
के
would be a
बाद-
pressure.
Live भाई तू कुछ भी कर देगी.
कुछ भी कर देगी. तो वही तो है ना, like you have to have a fear कि मैं कुछ भी कर दूंगी. अरे नहीं रजनी, we are all enjoying, this is great, you guys are watching, we are learning, chess grow रहा है, so many more tournaments happening everywhere, this is good enough. Oh, Indian Coder says, I met Levon in Chennai 2024, got his sign also, very humble player, was meeting fans after losing 2-0 against Arvind. Arey, that's such a nice time to meet him. I mean, it's such a nice thing to see how he can, how these players can react with the losses and yet keep things separate and yet care for the fans over there. In Chennai, yeah, we did have a very good time with Levon because, in fact, we went to this Armenian, heritage over there in Chennai with Levon. He'd invited us with his friends and it was so beautiful. There is a, I think, vlog on ChessBase India. And then never knew Chennai had so many interesting things to see, except for the beach and one or two more things. But yeah, it was too good. Arnav says I'm playing third Maharashtra and I'm paired against Venkatesh MR. Array! Oh, very strong grandmaster, experienced player. What a matchup, Arnav. Congratulations first of all for the pairing, but all the best. Do not fear. Do not take too much time, like extra amount of time. And you have to believe, like, yeah, these are all strong players, but it's not like impossible to beat them. Tactical solve tactics before you go, and of course when Sagar is back you can write it again. Shahzeb says, hey, I started following chess after Gukesh's win and have been following ChessBase in India since then. Amazing job. Arey, thank you. So many people started watching after Gukesh, yeah, because of Gukesh. I mean, what he did at 18, it's really something which got people interested in at such a young age. Somebody can do this. So, great contribution of Gukesh to chess. Tathagata says, Sagar bhai cut Amruta ma'am's hair is... Arey, you know what, Tathagat? Sagar did my haircut. I had a very long hair, in fact. And in 30 seconds. Oh, actually, I've never... That's there. Maybe now it can be good to release that video. Yes. नहीं हाँ आते वक्त एक बार स्टॉप स्टार्ट कर दो बाय चांस आई जस्ट डिड इट सो दैट वी डोंट will you commentate with Harshit bhai again? Oh, of course. Anna Harshit bhai right now. And oh, by the way, Arvind, Levon, there on the board. Levon wearing such a beautiful shirt, guys. One moment. Yep. Looks good. And Arvind, whether he has recovered or not. Just check दूसरा वाला एक बार है ना ठीक है मैं करती हूँ
में है शायद डाला क्या एक मिनट मैं चेक करके बता दूँ
नहीं मैंने सारे
या सेकंड पे ही है नहीं रुको दिस इज हाँ सेकंड पे ही है
डूडा है
नहीं Deac. Guys, Deac versus Prag. On board number 2, there we have them. And on board number 1, we have Arvind versus Levon. Wow. मजा ही आ जाएगा दोस्तों. We are also going to update the bars. Let's start with Levon versus Aravindh Chithambaram. Arvind with the white pieces here. He clearly will be a little bit shaken up from his first round game, like second round game, where he was so close to winning against Prag, but first of all, he was so close to losing at the start, then so close to winning, and then in the end, he did lose that game. So right now, it's Praggnanandhaa in the sole lead. I think he's solely leading the tournament. Let me just check, yeah, if we can get... So I'm checking if we are able to... by the way, handshake, we'll check the standings in a bit. I think he's in the sole lead right now. E4 played here by Arvind. He opens the game with 1 E4. E6 played by Levon. A French defense. And we have Prag's game with... इधर आ जा मैं करता हूँ.
Okay, d4, knight f6, c4, g6, knight c3, bishop g7. Do we have King's Indian on the board. E4, D6. Oh my god. Praggnanandhaa playing King's Indian, Bishop E2, Castle. Guys, Prag is in a very, very different mood and we have already seen his fire on the board today. So, yahan pe bhi with the black pieces, A5 played. Oops.
Yeah, we have A5 on the board by Prag. Very interesting, Amruta. Prag actually plays King's Indian in a very, very different way. He hasn't had great results, I must say, especially when the last round of the Prague Masters comes to mind, when he lost the game against Anish Giri. Bishop E3. And
But also,
now
Anish Giri is an opening expert. So, sometimes, you can land up in tough positions against him and never get out of the problems.
True, that does make sense, but to play against also Deac, it's a bold decision because somewhere he does feel, Prag does feel that he will be able to put a lot of pressure on his opponent. And look at Prag, he's just moving on his chair on those wheels.
Oh, he's pretty relaxed and that means he's pretty confident. I think after the first two games, now it's given him a very good feeling
Yeah.
overall.
H3 played here, Amruta, and now maybe it's time to just push your pawn to E5 because that's how you play. When you play A5, you're basically stopping white from going B4, gaining space on the queen side, also preparing knight A6 to C5. And if you want the C5 square, you must push E5.
Wow.
That does make sense. So E5, D5, knight A6 to C5 is how generally it could continue. Oh, please update the bars. That's absolutely right, guys. Thank you so much for reminding us to make the stream better. Right now, we have so many of you. Amruta, have we reached 1,000 likes on our stream today?
Acha, good question. That is.
If we have already reached there, that would be amazing. But if not, guys, please do like the stream.
Why can't I see it? Let me focus on the chat. You can check it up. But Arjun is an exchange up also. That's a good news incoming from Deepanshu.
Yeah, no, we checked Arjun's game in the break. He was better. And it's really nice to see that Arjun is playing right now in the German Bundesliga. And we have Prag and Arvind playing here. Gukesh is actually preparing for his next event, which will start from 7th of May, where he will play in Bucharest. Meanwhile, Vidit has a big life event where he got married and is on a honeymoon right now. But we will see him in action very soon in Sweden, where he plays in Sigmund tournament. He's the top seed there. And what about Nihal Sarin? He's right now playing in the tournament in Menorca Open. Then he's playing another tournament, I think Asian Continental. Then he's playing Sharjah Masters. So Nihal is on a roll right now, playing back-to-back events. Of course, we are all hoping that we can see Vishy playing a lot more this year. But it seems not very likely that he'll play a lot. But he might play this tournament, Leon Masters, I think. Or, just some events which he plays, like those knockout events, 4 players.
Last year, in fact, in the month of May, you were at Casablanca, if you remember, where Vishy had played, Magnus was there.
It's unfortunate that this year that event isn't happening.
But for 2 days, you went to Morocco.
Yes, I went there. By the way, 1,000 likes done. Thank you so much. And by the way, guys, there is one recently a new Twitter page that has come up where they have been tweeting about an India versus USA match that could potentially happen, Amruta.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm actually very curious if that happens. And it was retweeted by Levi. It was retweeted by Hikaru. We retweeted it. Very interesting if that is going to happen. Guys, are you excited if such a match happens? India versus USA.
And also, by the way, Arnav is playing with MR Venkatesh in Maharashtra Open 3rd round. He's asking some tips.
Not 3rd round. Now it's already, Amruta, a lot more rounds. 8th round ho gaya.
Yeah. गलती से बोले.
किसने?
Arey, he's playing MR Venkatesh. Do you have any tips to give?
Just play your best. Don't really fear that your opponent is a grandmaster. Just give your all. Who knows, someday you will also make a series like me where I'm making Sagar Shah versus grandmasters. So just play your best game.
Yeah, US, India versus world. US. Okay, got it.
Amruta, everyone's saying yes, yes, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. अरे अरे क्या ही मजा आ जाएगा दोस्तों.
Ooh, people are also guessing. Like Yuvan is guessing with Guki, Hikaru, Arjun Fabi, Prag Wesley, Vidit Levon, and Arvind Dominguez.
Arre,
Okay,
bye.
that's a very good.
Yeah, it
guess,
will be
I
a
would
very
say.
evenly matched encounter there. Knight A6 played. The knight is coming to the
Hey,
C5
what
square.
about Arvind's opening? Can we check
Oh,
that?
Yes, Amruta, that's a good point. I had
Right now, we completely missed it. But because we were watching only one game last time.
Yes.
So
Arvind
sometimes
goes
things
knight
happen.
D2. It's known as the Tarrasch system in the French. C5 played by Levon. Knight comes out to F3. Well, generally, I think the main line is to take, and then Queen D5 has become very popular. But Arvind goes knight F3, CD, knight D4, and now this a little bit weird move, knight to E7 played here.
Yeah, the whole opening does look a bit weird though.
He takes, takes knight to F3, knight D7, and what Arvind is basically claiming here is that all his pieces are well positioned, but this black bishop is a little bit passive. So even if you play bishop e7, I castle, you castle, then still white is the one who has the initiative here with something like maybe b3, bishop b2, or bishop f4, queen d2, rook c1, rook d1. Black wants to go b6, bb7, but then knight jumps here. So a little tricky.
Yeah, and one of the most important question here, guys, like what is the main imbalance? A6, if you can put the main position, is fine. But what is the main imbalance in the position? In fact, there is one which is a long-term imbalance, and there is one which is a kind of temporary one, temporary imbalance. So, what are the two imbalances over here?
By the way, white has castled here and queen c7. And Amruta's question here hasn't been answered. What is the main
maybe
imbalance?
It's a tough one.
It's a tough question, Amruta. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you can explain because you've read, like, Reassess Your Chess, the book which Sagar keeps talking about, in fact, gives
Actually,
all
Amruta,
of these things beautifully.
I have a much better recommendation for this structure, which is Power Play series by Daniel King. And fifth one, he has made many sort of, what do you call it?
Yeah.
Parts or volumes.
Correct.
This is the fifth volume. It is called Pawns, and here you can see 3 pawns and 3 pawns, while black has 4 and 2. So that is the pawn structure 3-3 versus 4-2, and it's so beautifully explained in that Power Play. I would highly recommend it. It's Power Play Volume 5 called Pawns. You will learn a lot. I became very strong player after I saw it. I really loved it.
कितने queen बनाए?
Sorry?
कितने queen बनाए?
अच्छा pawn को. Nice, Amruta.
Okay, but another final one is the temporary advantage, guys. Did anyone get it? No, I don't think.
Development.
Yeah, look at this guy.
Yes.
Almost a grandmaster.
White is ahead in development, and Amruta, now, in order to take advantage of that, we expect Arvind to do something special here, which is this very weird move. Guys, I want to ask you, white to play. Can you tell me before Arvind makes his move? White to move. It's a crazy move. Arnav also is here. And will Arnav answer? He's playing a GM tomorrow.
Wow, and Prerna says, Daniel King, I believe he had joined the commentary during Wike. Very nice person.
Yes. Sendil Nathan, BG5, not a bad move. But yes, trigonometric calculation. Well done.
Wow.
Anyone else? Khalik Rahman. Sendil Nathan now finds it. Very good job, guys. Knight to f5. And you are attacking the bishop and the pawn, Amruta. And when you take this knight, I simply chop off the knight in the center of the board. Levon Aronian gets up from his chair. He is definitely trying to exude confidence here. But will Arvind find this move? We will wait until this move,
Yes.
and then we will move to
No,
Prag's
I
game.
think he will find it. I think he'll find it. But as we all know, he got only around 10 minutes to recover from the last game. And if the effect is still, like, obviously he's getting into this game. In case there is some time, like, something comes up about the last game, then he will miss it.
Yeah, it's true, Amruta. Let's see.
He
He plays
C4.
C4.
Of course, a good move, but not
that
the
was a
best.
recommendation of many of our viewers here. So C4 is played. Let's now head over to Prag's game. Praggnanandhaa, and he's playing against Deac. And look at the times on the clock, Amruta. That's a big difference.
What?
Because Deac is sitting in a very different pose here, and he is not making his move. We can see after h3 e5, he played d5, Prag instantly brought his knight out, and Deac has been thinking since 6 minutes now.
Oh my god, but that's a huge difference of 10 minutes. And in fact, I don't know, like he's relaxed, so he's not making the move, or he's not making the move, so he's relaxing. Like,
No, I can tell you what is on his mind. I
Yes.
feel that the thing that he wants to play here, and which is very, very logical move, is to play pawn to g4. He wants to push his pawn to g4 so that that gains space, also prevents f5. But it's a very committal move, pawn to g4. And he's just debating, I think, with himself whether I should go for g4, not go for g4. Should I go knight f3, which is also a very good move in this position. So just trying to sense what is the feeling that he's getting right now. Do I want to play a complex game with Prag? Do I want to play a positional game? And I think that's what is making him take
wow.
time.
But also, then this is giving a lot of confidence to Prag in respect of time, as well as Deac. Like, you should be feeling pressure. But if you look at him, he's very calm.
I agree. I think Deac is just he knows that he can think for a bit and then eventually come up with something. He's just kind of moving his head, bobbing his head there.
Okay, oh my god.
Let's go full screen and see the kind of atmosphere. I mean, just this entire thing here. Yeah, there you see, guys. What do you think, Amruta, about this? It's just insane that how much time he's taking. We'll just change this here. It's not, this is the real time. Prag is not the one who's thinking here, guys. It's Deac, Daniel. And he's down to 13 minutes. He's trying to kind of put his hand on his head.
Is he trying to think of something which is like very, very extraordinary? Then maybe.
No, Amruta, I don't think. But look at, my goodness, in a 25-minute game, if you think for nearly 10 minutes, that's like thinking for in a classical game. It's like you are thinking almost from a 90-minute, almost 35 minutes for your move. One move.
And then that normally when it is said that don't think for more than 20 minutes in a classical game, otherwise sometimes you come up with a bad move.
Yeah, and Amruta, this is a theoretical position. It's not even like you are thinking in a very complex position.
Yeah.
We have, like, if I go to ChessBase here and try to see how many times has this position been reached, it will show me like an insane number of games. I can
Really?
just let me just check it out for our viewers. I'm going into ChessBase using the mega database and live database feature, and this position has been played 53 times, guys.
Okay, but in comparison, still not so much. What did he play?
Yeah, he goes queen c2, Amruta. He has played his queen to c2, and he moves out from his chair, and he's saying to Prag, hey, I've come up with some new idea. And maybe if you see knight a6 in this position, if I can I don't know if I can bring this ChessBase board up. Yeah, there we have it. So in this particular position, guys, I can also flip it here. Knight a6 has 53 games, and then Queen c2 has been played only 2 times before, Amruta.
That too not at a higher level. So in fact, maybe where was the big change? Because King's Indian is such a common opening. So no, not this. I think somebody played h3 is a sideline, it seems.
Yeah, in general,
Oh yeah,
A5
a5
by Prag. Not so well played
Like
for,
the move
but,
order is tricky. Prag tricked him. That's why he had to use time, Sagar.
but e5, d5, a5 is a well-known line, but then there is no h3 and they go directly g4 here. So maybe this is what created the entire
Move order problems.
move order issue, yeah.
And Prag went a5, and after h3, Prag is happy that now this move is kind of making you avoid some important lines.
So very deep prep by Prag
Wow.
shown here. d5, knight a6, and now queen c2. And I'm imagining that Prag will also take a lot of time now for his move.
Yeah.
Oh no, he plays instantly, Amruta. c6 on the board by Prag. And you will see Deac again.
Ooh, tired.
Just
In fact, Mission Possible says here it feels like he's ill and looks tired. Yeah, that is
Oh.
Deac.
no.
That's what people are
I don't know if
saying.
he's ill or not, but I don't think he just is looking like how he looks in different tournaments. By the way, guys, let's just quickly check what is
Arvind.
happening to Aravindh Chithambaram here. You will see that Amruta, he has gained space with c4, knight went back, a3, castles, b4, b6, bishop f1, bishop dropped back. Now the rook is looking here, knights are well placed, rook e8, bishop g5.
Oh, but now look at this. After bishop b7, the rooks are connected and black has completed his development, so that temporary advantage is gone.
And I like actually black's position a lot because it's so compact. You could at some point, get this knight somehow from here to the f4 square. The bishop is looking on the long diagonal. There could be e5, e4 potentially that could be played. So a lot of
Yeah, no, Aronian definitely, with great understanding, has got his pieces out nicely.
Vipul says he's ill. He said on official commentary. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Also, look at the rook on e8, right? You would see, what's it doing over there? Because d file is open. Natural would have been rook to d8. But the important idea was to defend the e7 bishop.
Stopping knight f5. This. By the way, Arvind wants to get his bishop on this long diagonal. So although the position looks equal, it's a very fighting position.
Yeah, no, definitely. It all depends on whether this extra pawn on the queen's side, whether it can become a deadly passer or not really, because otherwise it would just simply wriggle out at some point.
He does go bishop d6 here. Levon, Aronian puts his bishop on d6. Rook c1 with the idea of c5 eventually could be a good plan. Amruta, has Deac made his move?
Knight f3, yes, he has played after c6, Sagar.
Yeah, he's played.
Yes, in fact, how is this move, first of all?
It's not a bad move at all. He's just developing. Eventually, maybe the knight will go to d2 to support these pawns.
Yeah.
But
he's
also
waiting.
now knight c5 might be not a great idea because there could be some tactics like knight e5, d, bishop takes c5. But there is a counter tactic with knight e4. And so it's a sharp position.
Yeah,
By the way,
it's sharp. Prag is ready to play sharp today.
Prag took.
Yeah.
And I would very much want to take here with the c pawn. Because taking with the e pawn opens up bishop f5 ideas for the black bishop. And taking with the knight possible, but then I don't know, I just like more pieces getting traded for black. So cd5 seems best, but you can see that Deac is taking even time here for this natural move.
No, that is definitely when you're not better, sometimes it could affect.
He took with cd5.
Prerna says evenings when there is no stream, I don't know what to watch. Stopped watching Netflix since Olympiad and usually watch chess content. All thanks to you guys. Oh my god, that's like
So nice to hear, Prerana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. I think this is what has inspired us to do more live streams of events this year, to just make sure that we cover all the strong events that are happening across the world, as much as we can.
Titash says IPL on TV, chess on computer, evening sorted.
अरे क्या बात.
And guys, side by side, so you can also do physical fitness. बैठे बैठे मत देखो.
Can you tell them some exercises, Amruta? You know some good exercises. Amruta always keeps telling me, I know some good exercises. I will tell you, I will teach you.
Oh yeah, tomorrow in the break we can all do physical fitness. How is that idea?
Oh,
Sagar?
nice, Amruta. That's
So
great
तुम्हारा
idea.
exercise भी हो गया. Look, you're doing chess stream, then you're doing exercise. और क्या ही चाहिए?
Also spending
And
time
then-
with you, Amruta. So that's like a
Absolutely.
date already. Queen D2 played. By the way, the thing is, the knight was jumping into F4 and there were plans of F5. So knight H5, a great move by Prag. Deac goes Queen D2, which just shows a little bit of unsurety. You know, that you are not sure your queen was first here, now here. In fact, this is a great pawn sacrifice, Amruta. This is actually what I had learned at a very young age from this book called Can You Be a Positional Chess Genius by Angus Dunnington, one of my favorite books on positional chess. You give up a pawn, but you open up the bishop in a big way.
Ooh, wow, this is so cool. Yeah, you had solved all the positions. I think that did contribute to you becoming a very
Not
good.
because
Oh god, it's surprising. Like we had a completely opposite styles. I was a completely aggressive player. You were a totally positional player. And how did we fall in love?
Oh, Dr. Drankenstein, thank you so much. We'll definitely make the next episode soon.
कौन सा एपिसोड? तुम क्या वेब सीरीज बना रहे हो?
Sagar versus Grandmasters.
हाँ, पानी दे. Guys, it's summer time. Stay hydrated, as Harshit says. पानी पियो.
By Amruta, F5 on the board by Prag. He's already threatening to trap his opponent's bishop with F4. That bishop is not going anywhere, I guess. So have to be careful. I think bishop G5 is what he might play. Then Prag might get his knight back. Even then, F4 or pressure in the center. I like black's position and I like black's chances. Over to Levon Aronian versus Arvind Chithambaram game. We see Arvind putting his bishop queen on B3 and a very strong move G6 by Levon, which shows his class actually. Can anyone tell me why was the move G6 played here? Let's see if the live chat.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that question. Why is he weakening the dark squares?
Yeah, it does feel at first that the move makes no sense, but then you realize Aronian has a very, very deep idea here. Not King G7, Dr. Kankenstein. There is a better move.
no.
Tushar says Bishop F8, G7. Well, then BG3. You anyway wanted to stop that. That's not the idea. Amit Jindal also says Bishop F8. No, there is a very, very powerful idea here. Not for H5 trigonometry, calculus, not knight H5 as well. Wow, that's a tough question for our chat. Wow.
Ooh. In the meantime, AJ has said Arjun's advantage is lost.
But again, he gained it. Amruta. He gained it again. BG3 played, and the point here.
इसको सब
So-
पता है. कहाँ पे देख रहे हो?
Here, Amruta, look at this. The point was E5. And earlier the knight would jump to F5, but with G6 he took control.
Wow.
That's a very...
No, very deep. This was amazing, and it was a very tough move for that matter. Such a pawn move which would look weak. बहुत ही depth था Sagar. It's sometimes the way you talk ऐसा लगता है it's completely senseless. But ठीक है बाद में समझ आया.
Shreyan said he got E5. Well done, Shreyan. That's very good thing. And now, Amruta, E5. Knight can't go to F5. It has to go back to C2. Maybe I go E4. Even further, you go to D4. My knight jumps into E5. I'm looking at D3. I'm looking at F3. I'm looking at G4. That's a dangerous
yeah,
square.
knight G4.
Because I go Queen
Yeah.
E5, Queen H5. It's a mate here.
Absolutely. Oh, this is deadly. Arvind has to be very careful and look at his time. 11 minutes. Aronian has 19 minutes.
Yeah, and look at Arvind there.
Where is he looking?
He's looking at the screen where there are all the games that are happening. Arvind is definitely right now looking for that one good game that he can play to regain his confidence, because it was not so good, his performance at the tournament in Grenke. By the way, knight g4 played, and now he's right now on half a point out of 2.
Ooh. Rajni says Anna Kramling, one of her recent videos with Prag, said, "In you are a national hero, right?" Prag's thug reply, "Yeah." Okay, nice one.
That's so nice. And also when Prag says something, it never feels like he's trying to be arrogant or boastful. Just very truthful in general. He does have to be very careful when he goes to the airport, especially in Chennai. He gets a lot of people crowding around him. So I remember, Amruta, when we were going to some event from Chennai Grandmasters to Tata Steel Chess India, that was from Chennai to Kolkata. We saw Prag arriving in a cap, just trying to be like, oh, let no one.
Disguise.
no
Now
one
everyone needs a
recognize me.
disguise. Oh.
Talking about the hero, let's see what his position looks like after f5. Deac hasn't made a
Oh
move.
my god,
Amruta. He's
5 minutes is
down to 5 minutes on the clock.
crazy.
Yeah, there you see, guys.
No, he definitely feels also a lot of pressure. He's not finding moves. Prag is very relaxed. It's the last round of today, guys. The third game. We'll have tomorrow also 3 games. Okay, I like today Prag, in full attacking mood.
Yeah, he's just come in good spirits. He could very well have lost the last game, but I think today things are working out for him pretty well, and he'll be hopeful to end today on 3 out of 3. That would mean a lot to him.
Yeah.
And also, Amruta, in this Rapid and Blitz tournaments, it's not like there are the first place is always combined score, if I'm not mistaken. So you have to perform both in Rapid and Blitz well. The number of points in Rapid is twice the number of points in Blitz.
Oh.
So let's say if you manage to score here 3 points, then you are already on 6. While in Blitz is 1 point for the win.
Okay, but then how many rounds in Blitz?
18 rounds. So it's 18 points each in both Rapid and Blitz. Because 9 into 2 for Rapid, and they're 18 into 1.
This one is most important, it means. Point system is interesting. Actually, 10th year, guys, to do any tournament, to continue anything for 10 years is really big.
Yeah, hats
Really
off.
amazing.
Hats off to the Grand Chess Tour for making it so exciting, for bringing professional chess to the next level, actually, Amruta, because it's not easy to bring in funds for chess. Now we see freestyle chess doing it. That's also very commendable. FIDE doing it all the time, but also Grand Chess Tour has been doing it for 10 years.
Wow. And also next year, Sagar, then it reminds me, is 10th year for ChessBase India.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Yeah,
A
that's a
decade.
good point, actually.
Like legally will not be a startup. After 10 years, you don't remain a startup.
Wow, that's
अभी
but
बोलना
you know,
पड़ेगा.
Amruta,
Startup है.
for me
I
it's
know.
always like a startup, just like how our relationship, even though it is 11th year, I still feel like we are in the dating phase.
Oh,
So it's just like whatever we
doing
do.
commentary over here, as you said.
Yeah.
Every decade is going to be tough. So, Apna, this was not so easy, Sagar. 11 years.
Yes, definitely. Everything is tough in life, guys. A5 played here.
Ooh, PRT says from Prague to Paris, to Grenke to Warsaw, tuning into these streams every night has almost become a ritual during these long PhD days. Chess OP, CBI OP, Arey, PRT, thank you so much.
PRT, we will see you soon at Chennai Grandmasters again. It's happening this year from the 5th to 15th of August. This time it's called the Quant Box Chennai Grandmasters. And we met him last year. He gave us this beautiful gift, Amruta, if you remember, of all the streams
Yes,
that were
I have
made.
a very beautiful calendar of him which he has given, for sure.
Sagar, by the scorecard in the big screen and in the small column screen is not matching.
Kya is not watching?
Not so sure.
Card on the big screen and in the small column.
Yeah, not so sure what you are saying, but
We'll figure it out. In the meantime, क्या चल रहा है 7 minutes for Arvind over here, huge time difference अगर 10
but
minute का,
वो
and in
तो
Prag's
छोड़ो,
game
10 is enough,
another
but
huge-
look at this. He's down to 1 minute. What the hell?
Oh my god,
What the
no.
hell? Deac is down to 1 minute, 45 seconds. Deac, you need to move. Move it, man.
Insane.
You can't be sitting here not making your move.
Insane.
He's forgotten about the clock, Amruta. He might lose on time. No, he saw the clock. He saw the clock there. So, oh,
Crazy.
lucky. Lucky that he saw the clock, but he's 23, 22.
I do think his health must be really bad because otherwise, you generally do not land up in such a scenario.
I agree, but Amruta, 10 seconds left. Make a move, my
Yeah,
friend.
Too sick.
He takes bishop a6 and look at what Prag did there. He was like, what? I can't even imagine.
Oh, like he's already. It is already clear that it's a very bad move, at least positionally,
Yeah.
giving up that bishop.
Yeah, it's not at all a good move. And I like how Prag, whenever he's surprised or shocked, he takes a sip of water. And I think that's a very good, just a general advice for everyone here, all the youngsters watching this. If your opponent surprises you, don't react instantly. Take a sip of water, calm yourself down, and then make your move. This is what Prag teaches us. And now just rook a6 seems like the right move. Even b takes a6, even though it's doubled pawns, is not so bad.
Not a bad idea, yeah. But you would want to go rook a6 in
Oh.
general, though there is no rook b6 or rook c6. Ooh. Aha.
No, but Amruta, he's down to 16 seconds, Deac.
No, this you cannot survive against Prag.
I'm-
Like how much it doesn't even matter about the position, right? Like if he manages to, incredible. But कोई chance ही नहीं है यार. So tough. Okay, we do of course hope he recovers very soon from his bad health.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, I think I'm sure he'll get better, but for now, his position might not get better.
तेरा
Meanwhile,
प्रॉब्लम क्या है यार? इसको बैन किया था ना, वापस कहीं से आ गया है
कौन?
ये सही है.
क्या हुआ उनको?
अरे वो सिर्फ नेगेटिव कमेंट लिखते रहते हैं. We don't want people who is only negative.
Okay. Amruta really getting very triggered.
Not for me. No, I'm not triggered. But
Okay,
he's
okay.
like other chat is like then into that. So
Okay, Amruta.
we don't.
Amruta.
Hmm.
Amruta, fine. We've knight takes f2 is possible here for Levon. Can he think about it? Takes, king takes, and now I was wondering if knight e4 check,
Oh.
king g1, queen takes g3. But the problem of all of this is it doesn't work so smoothly. You could start with knight h5, attacking queen takes g3 here. So I don't think Levon might just go there in
Why?
that direction. But I mean, it looks very, very.
Because Arvind also has 5 minutes, so it's a very tempting thing to go for. I think Levon will go. It's his style.
Yeah.
He will go for that. He will absolutely go for that.
Yes, guys, Bhavya will interview Animesh from 8-bit. Maybe there is more information that will come from them if there are any more players that S8UL is signing up. And then we will do the interview. Otherwise, if they are only two, then we will do it very soon. Anyway, AB played.
Okay, also, quick look at Prague's game, because I'm very confused whether there is a possibility of time, losing on time as well. So, knight f2 here, we have to keep a watch.
Yeah.
And over here also, what did
Oh,
Prag do?
Prag took with the pawn.
He wanted the b file, it seems.
Queen d3.
Still
Rook
good.
b8, attacking b2, and he has castled. And now Prag has to decide between
बिट्टू को मिलने जाना है कि नहीं?
taking b2, pushing the pawn to f4, which is very interesting. If you think about it, f4, he might go back bishop d2 or c1. Let's say c1 to defend this pawn. And now I go g5. I mean, it's interesting, yeah. Bishop f6, rook f7, g7, g4. With this light squared bishop gone and you having the light squared bishop, that will
White
be a
has
huge attack.
nothing. Because after bishop c1, he cannot even come to rook c1, rook c6 ideas. Over
Yeah.
there. Got it. Yeah, f4 is also pretty good. What happens for rook b2 if you just try to win the pawn?
It's also a good move, but
Not
I
a
think maybe
poison
he'll try
pawn.
to just claim that, hey, like you got a pawn, but your remaining two pawns are doubled. So it's not like you are a full pawn up. It's only like you are a half pawn up.
No, now that he showed both, definitely you like f4 move more. For sure. Yeah. Oof.
Guys, Vidit will play soon on from 23rd or maybe 20th of May. Sigmund tournament in Sweden. Okay, Amruta, I want to go back to the game.
And also we have a good news. Arjun is completely winning. क्या बात है?
Ajubai. Now, who is the top scorer in this tournament? It is actually Prag, who is the sole leader with 2 out of 2, followed by 3 players on 1.5. I think it's Fedoseev. Fedoseev. I think Alireza and Duda. Maybe these 3.
Maybe इतना memory को stretch मत करो. But right now, Sagar, knight f2. Come on, that will make it so exciting. Levon, it's your style. Go for knight
Levon
f2.
is thinking about it, Amruta. And also king g1, queen g3. Earlier, knight is on e4. Then queen b2 and white was doing really well. But here,
Bishop
it
f3
doesn't
मर
work
रहा है ना?
because the knight is not blocking the bishop. So, boom. That's a huge difference, actually. And that is why Levon must be thinking about it. I do feel a very strong sense. Although knight e4 does... Oh, there's knight g4 is hanging. Sorry, very sorry. So this doesn't work.
Okay, but Levon, for such a sacrifice, Levon has so good time to calculate.
Yes.
You're
30
always
minutes.
happy in Rapid that when you have that option and then you also have time to calculate. No, I think the way Levon is thinking right now,
Yeah.
he is only thinking about that. In fact, even Arvind is thinking. Is Arvind provoking knight f2, you think?
I'm not sure if he provoked it, but he would be happy with knight f2 because that would really make the position very imbalanced, and then the value of each move rises significantly there.
Yeah.
And Amruta, going to Prag's game against Deac, we are seeing Prag having 15 minutes on the clock, Deac having just 24 seconds here.
Maybe this will be the game for the full tournament where it will be the highest time difference. Like Prag had 22 minutes and Diach had 30 seconds, something like that.
Yes.
So but if Prag wins this game, then he will be 3 out of 3.
Yeah. He plays h6, Amruta, with the same idea that we were discussing of playing f4, g5, g4. And so a very, very good move there by Prag. Prag is making some good moves and also putting pressure on his opponent's clock. Diach now hardly thinking plays queen e2 because he's unable, as has been mentioned by many people, his health is not good. So he might not be able to think much. Queen e2, the idea is to keep an eye on the knight so that if f4, bishop, let's say, goes to c1, you go g5, and now maybe knight e5 and queen h5 could be the idea.
No, of course, I think Prag now will play f4. Quite, there's no chance that he will not. Yeah? Is there any other move you would say that it's a great move?
He went
no.
knight f6. I think
Okay,
he's
he told me
preparing.
that's a great move.
He's
Nine.
preparing for
You know why?
this.
Because he's not committing because white will have simple moves. But all his moves makes white to spend some
10
time.
seconds. 10 seconds for Deac.
7,
Rook
6.
b1. He saves the pawn, but maybe it's too passive here. Rook b1. Now Prag definitely f4. Bishop moves g5 coming in, Amruta. The attack is flowing for Prag. There's no question in this world that he's not going to go for f4 here. Guys,
No, this is the real King's Indian attack now, which is going to happen in the opening. White giving up his light square bishop for the knight wasn't the best idea. But of what to do, Prag came up with a very nice kind of a sideline
yeah.
in King's
Yeah,
Indian.
no,
and did
and also
surprise
Diac's health, everything I think has played a role here. Let's see. Now,
What happened?
f4 is the plan.
14 minutes for Prag and 14 seconds for Diac. Rook A B1.
14 versus 14, nice.
In which tournament is Gukesh going to play? He's going to play in the very next GCT event. Which
Superbet. Yeah, it's
Superbet.
also Superbet, but it's classical. Like this is Rapid and Blitz. That is the Superbet classical tournament that will happen in Bucharest in Romania.
And that begins from 7th May. A very important tournament. Prague is also playing in that. So yeah, 7th May to
And we
17th
will be
May.
commentating live
Oh,
on that event. I
I
think
mean, both important. In fact, first tournament for Gukesh, classical chess after World Championship, right?
No, he played Tata Steel.
Oops.
Second, actually.
Second. Absolutely. And Nihal is playing in Menorca.
Norway chess later. But Prag is not playing f4 because he feels like that'll give his opponent the clarity, yeah? That's why he played queen e8 and now a3 played here. Arey, Prag, now let's go for it, my friend.
F4, G5. Chalo.
I might not be surprised if Prag goes h5 here. No, but h5 just weakens the g5.
No, that he won't do.
He'll go
But Nitish says, I still can't forget that Tata Steel final. Yes, that was insane, where Arjun beat Gukesh in the last round.
Yeah.
And Prag and Gukesh were almost going to get into the tie break, but it kind of all changed.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I think this entire phase where we had like the World Championship, then the Tata Steel and all of it. But now we are here. He goes g5. Amruta, that's not a great idea according to me. He instantly played b4. Although I thought ef5, bishop takes f5 and then trying to fight for the e4 square, but that was not happening because the rook was getting attacked. So b4 played
Oh,
here.
actually, that's a good move by Diac. And that too he found in such less time. Is he one of those players by any chance, which we will understand?
Like Krzysztof.
Yeah, with less time, you kind of get more activated.
Yeah.
I think, Sagar, even for you, when you have to, let's say, step out, you're like, one video, I'm just doing commentary on this video, just about to finish, 2 minutes, and then it's...
Yes, I like to do things under pressure, but maybe Diac is taken that to the next level. By the way, Levon did not sack on f2. He took on e3.
Oh, very surprising.
Queen takes, bishop f3, pawn takes, rook a4, and now he's
This is
simply
gonna get
pushed.
into a draw, okay.
Yeah, but Amruta, now
No!
it's not a draw.
Oh my god, a big mistake, but we'll
Wait,
find it.
Wait, it's insane the move, Amruta.
I saw through
It's
the engine, but
not
it is
at
very difficult.
all
Guys,
easy.
let's ask chess moves.
Yeah, very tough move here. White to play, guys. What to play? It's super tough. Can Arvind find? You can see him shaking there, shaking his head. If he can spot
Yeah.
this, that would mean that he would score his first win.
But
And
you know,
ending the
last
day.
time he came back with Prag.
Yeah.
And for this moment, for this opportunity, will he be
Oh,
able to?
He's finding it, Amruta.
No, I'm not
No,
sure.
you
I'm
can
not
sense
sure.
it. You can sense from his face
How?
that he sees that this rook can be trapped here. Yes, Prerana. Well done. Jash Haria, well done. Queen A3 traps the rook.
I don't think if it traps the rook, then Levon would miss it, yeah?
No, Amruta, look.
This.
Look. There's one more idea. Like if you play CB6, there is Queen B6, and then black is the one who's better. Because pawn up, there are drawing chances, but no. Finds it!
My god, and look at
And look at
Aronian. Oh.
Shaking his head then. Wow, what a moment for Arvind Chithambaram. The thing is, Amruta, here Levon could have played knight d5 and his position is great. Attacking the queen, pawn, defending everything. But just he played this too quickly and Arvind plays it. And now,
If knight d5, what's the problem?
knight d5 is the best move. It may be the only move. The other move is rook d4. But now I want people to find what is the great move that exists for Arvind Chithambaram here.
Oh, man.
White to play.
And guys, LPDO.
Because that's the only square the rook can go to. The other squares are all covered up. You see, all other are covered. So rook d4 is the only move. And Arnav Agarwal showing why he's playing GM MR Venkatesh tomorrow. He finds the move queen b2 attacking here and here. And Amruta, once this rook moves, let's say rook d8 here, cb6, you have an incredible passer with
You're
the
not
rook
even
coming in.
taking the f6 knight, yeah? I thought he will take the f6 knight.
Yeah, I mean, I could also do that. But
No, even that pawn is as good as a piece, yeah? Crazy.
And now Amruta, rook queen a3, if you play knight d5, which is the
Ab
best
bhi
move.
kya
By the
hai?
way, I also need to point this out clearly to our chat that queen b2, if pawn takes pawn, there is this very strong move. Queen takes d4, and this is where it is actually looking really good. Pawn takes, you lose the queen. So
Pin.
that's the reason why here queen a3, knight jumps to d5, and now again you find this beautiful move, rook cd1, Amruta. This is again tough because from this pin here, or you can say this pin, you have now created this pin.
Oh, that's why b takes c5. I think this can be missed in in a quick flow.
Yeah, now just rook d5.
Oh.
And if you take with the queen, again my question to all of you, white to play and win. What's the winning move here?
Nice one. Okay, Levon missed something like this, and it was a hasty decision, what we can call.
Yeah.
And he realizes it. But what an opportunity for Arvind. Last game with Prag, so many opportunities missed. He was winning over there at some point. I mean, the game went through a big roller coaster for sure. But if he is able to win this, I
He
think
goes
it
rook
kind
d4, queen b2 on the board, guys. Rook d5 is the winning move here, as rightly pointed out by many of you. But now, after rook d4, queen b2 played, and he goes e5, e5 on the board, and now cb6. And Arvind has a great position, Amruta.
Yeah,
Look
just
at
a
Levon.
passer. No, just a passer. But Sagar, big news coming in. Prag is in trouble. I don't know. I mean,
no way. Wow, Prag is clearly worse. What the hell?
Unbelievable.
Praggnanandhaa, if he loses this game, that would be like huge.
No, he won't. But the
No,
time
how
is
he
being
won't? Amruta,
covered.
look at his position. You know, he played like queen e8. This was fine. He went g5 also fine. b4. He played g4 directly.
Achha, he was never looking at f4 to kind of fix that center. I think he never liked that.
But look at this, Amruta. He played fe. Here, maybe knight g4 was the better move.
Okay, but fe, what's the problem? Knight g4 is
H2,
still tempting.
Queen g6.
d5 is weak. You can... look, how do you assess with that extra pawn?
g5. This is the move. And after take here...
Wow, he finds... One second, he finds g5 with what time on the clock?
No, he played it like he had 16 seconds and he found it in 5 seconds.
My God.
I think Deac just doesn't need time. Yeah, the main thing is if he has time and he thinks, he'll make bad moves. But here, he's like, hey, Prag, now you are in big trouble.
And Deac is not on the chair with such 30 seconds only on the clock. Like, like it just walking back to the game could cost you that much time.
True.
Sometimes. It's insane.
But he must be standing there somewhere.
Yeah. Matlab, he does assess this position as better for him. Otherwise, getting up might not be so easy. Oh.
And also, Amruta, if you look at it visually, it does look better here because you will see the rook is opposite the rook. Also, there is no kingside attack anymore. Later on, if one of the pieces goes away, I could jump with my knight to this square.
And even a6 is always under trouble.
Oh, that's
Knight
true.
a4, knight b6. I don't know if it is interesting, but
Yeah.
oh, but there has to be count that pawn on e4 without a break and allowing that bishop to stay there on e3.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, this is a very solid structure. I think White King is super safe. And Arvind Prag found like the only way to get into a very bad position here. Let's go now to the
But I
game of.
still feel that last game he kind of fought back, and over here also with the whole
He
pressure
might
on
fight
Deac,
back.
he'll
Let's
definitely
see.
manage.
He fought back in even NVL game, right?
Oh
Remember?
yeah. No,
First
I
round.
think he will manage.
By the way, Arvind's pawn is about to queen, one step away. If he gets rook c8, he just shields the pawn and pushes it forward.
Ooh. What do you do now
Rook
with black?
Rook b4 played. Again, this queen a3 is such an irritating pin. Queen b6, and now Arvind finds this move, rook c6. Another beautiful move. Arvind is playing really
You
like...
can't take the pawn, otherwise you lose the knight.
Yes,
So it's a
very,
double
very well
attack.
spotted. And after queen takes c6, I go queen b4, defending the pawn, threatening to queen. You block it, trying to win here. And after rook b1, you have defended this pawn. And then later on, you will try and find a way
Okay,
to win.
no, but what about knight e8 with the idea of knight d6?
And draining this pawn. Yeah, that's a good point. But then bishop d3, knight d6, and
Bishop
now...
e4.
No, maybe later on, but queen b6 is such a classy move, Amruta. Because after take, you can't take here, I take your knight. If you take here with the knight, then you lose the piece.
Yeah, what a pin.
But what is Levon thinking here? Because there is no real other move left to be made. I don't know what is going through his mind. He has to take on c6 here. He does take on c6. Arvind takes on b4. Rook b8 played. Do you want to go to Prag's game, Amruta, now with Arvind completely
Yeah, I think
better?
he'll go rook b1 and he will find bishop moves. In fact, there's also bishop g2, f4 ideas. But this one with...
Oh, by the way, Prag did do something differently. He took on b1, played king f7.
Ooh.
And now queen c4 was the best move. Attacking e4, looking here. But he goes rook b8.
Which
Amruta.
also looks so tempting. Like you're
Looks
getting
good.
the rook on b8. But queen c4 was stronger. And now what about rook h8, queen h6? Are these not creating any sense of danger for white? You think?
Yeah, I guess it's actually
Rook h8 को क्या करोगे?
rook h8 or queen h7. That's really the right way to just double down the h file. And you've spotted it beautifully, Amruta.
नहीं उसमें ब्यूटी है ही नहीं, उसमें सिंपल प्लान है रुक h8.
I mean, simplicity में ही तो beauty है.
सुंदरता सादगी में होती है.
What is it? Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. That's your favorite quote. And right now, guys, do like the stream. Do subscribe to ChessBase India. We are bringing you the Grand Chess Tour 2025, the first event of the year. It's going to be a long tour with next event going to Romania, then to Zagreb in Croatia, then to 2 events in the USA, and then the finale that will happen in Sao Paulo in Brazil. So this year we are seeing 2 tours happening. One is the Grand Chess Tour. The other is the Freestyle Grand Slam Tour. So it's a party time for chess players, for chess fans, for everyone involved. And it's also a great time for us to bring you all the action. And Amruta, Prag isn't making his move here. He needs to play. He's down to 3 minutes 20 seconds. Deac up to 42 seconds.
And you know, when sometimes something like this happens through time difference, you don't feel good. You always feel like, how did I let go of such a huge time difference? So that does play on your mind.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's go to Arvind's game right now and see what is happening with him. He did play rook b1, and Amruta, Levon is now taking his time. He has 5 minutes on the clock. It's not easy for Levon, but it's also not easy for for Arvind to win this, because somehow the queening square is, by the way, he's going for your plan, Amruta.
Knight E8.
Levon wants to go knight d6. Maybe can we go queen b6 straight away? It's also possible. Take, but then king f8, king e7.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay, just for a while he has to be a bit careful. Like right now, that tactical ideas which you showed with knight d6, queen b6 idea, I really like that. Bishop d3 was good.
yeah, bishop d3 is a great move. Planning to play bishop.
But 40 seconds for Arvind, and he has to spot all these tactics. And Arvind though is clearly better, like plus 2 point something, almost winning.
Yeah, time does play a role,
But next
Amruta.
two moves are important. It's a sequence which has been going on, and he will still need to find these one or two moves.
Wow! Bishop d3 on the board. Arvind Chithambaram preparing bishop e4, knight d6. Now
good.
queen b6. Go for it, Arvind. No, not bishop e4.
But it's still better.
Oh, look at Levon. He could have taken this and gotten a chance to hold, but he blunders. He plays queen c7, and now bishop d5. He has played it. His bishop. What?
Hey, 1 second, why did Levon assess it as, knight
don't
e4
know.
was the best chance?
I think Levon just felt that keeping the knights on the board would mean better chances because his opponent has less time. He could jump on with his knight. But now the bishop is an absolute monster. It defends the pawn. Now the rook will simply go from here to here. And Amruta, there won't be much options here anymore.
Oh my god. Reminds me of the Botwinnik's bishop on d5 in that endgame, but...
Yeah, it's a great bishop. It's an amazing piece here on d5. Very, very solidly placed. And I think, guys, the result is not in doubt anymore. When you have a bishop like this, you just can play on autopilot. He goes queen b6. I think Levon might very well resign very soon. We need to head over to Praggnanandhaa.
Nitish, you are right. Levon is rushing, and that is where he made the two blunders. Like, I think Levon is really...
Amruta, but bad news incoming for Prag
Oh my
after
God.
rook b8.
No,
He
no,
did
no,
go
no,
rook h8, queen c4. He played queen h5. He took the knight here. Bishop, queen h2, king f1, and now rook h4, a blunder. Queen takes a6 played because g3 was the best move, and maybe
But he had
Prag
only
is
8
back.
seconds. He had 8 seconds to find that move, which
know.
was very tough. That's why Prag also missed it.
Prag gives a check.
But now Prag needs to be accurate still. It's a very difficult
This is
position.
such a difficult opponent to play, Amruta.
Man,
because he's just playing, he's getting up even when he has 10 seconds. Like Deac is playing this mind games, here somehow.
I don't know, Sagar is not well, and in what way?
I mean, he's not well, but just to get up and do this,
But
it
listen, if the queen goes to a1 and queen b2 check, there could be a mating net over there.
I agree. Queen g2 played here by Praggnanandhaa. He's taken the g2 pawn, but queen b7
Yeah,
and
and e6.
No,
1 second.
by the way, king d1 is the best move. It's so tough. He played
No,
rook
you can't play
c7
king
check.
d1. Koi
And now
chance hi
Prag
nahi.
is back in the game.
King
He
g6.
puts his king on g6. He takes on d6 now. This game can go in any direction. Now the only move for Prag is the stunning move g4.
No,
he goes rook h1. And now it's better if he finds king d2. It's such a tough move.
No, with the engine, why we cannot believe, because the best moves are like impossible to find in 20 seconds.
I agree, Amruta. Now rook takes g7 seems like the move of a human being.
a6, why not a6?
अरे मेट होना है क्या अमृता इधर किंग मर रहा है क्वीन f1 चेक घुस रहे हैं हम लोग he goes king d2
Oh
he
my
finds
god,
it
he finds it.
best move
So now what? Queen f1?
queen f1 with the idea of queen d3 mate. That's definitely a
That
good
could
idea.
be crazy blunder if queen f1 a6 if you play.
But no, he runs king c2, Amruta. That's why he went king d2. With just 5 seconds on the clock, Deac found this. I just feel Deac might beat Prag. Amruta, now it's +5. The position is +5.
No, this if he loses, it's something which is... No, we all will be shocked.
Who loses?
Prag.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't believe it. I mean, he had 22 minutes. Deac has 30 seconds. Prag was clearly better. And from there, to land up in such a situation... What went wrong?
Chess is tough, Amruta. That's the morals of the story. Prag now getting a little bit sort of fidgety there. He's like, what should I do? Where should I put my pieces? My bishop and knight are absolutely not joining the attack. Okay, I need them to defend my own king. Can my queen and rook do the job and checkmate the white king?
Oh my god, random thing says this is so much more exciting than freestyle chess. I think to commentate
King
is much
C2,
easier. For sure.
Amruta. King C2. We don't know what is more exciting. We just are flowing here, guys. Queen D3 check. King B2. The knight is supposed to be the best friend of a king. That's the thing.
Oh my god. Harshit Raja has to find a knight.
Amruta, I'm just very quickly checking Arvind's game. He's clearly winning, guys. So we will come back there. He is doing amazingly well. But Praggnanandha's opponent, look at the time. Prag is below Diach's time. He had more than 20 minutes.
No, I feel very bad for this game. You know, like I would not have imagined this, and I cannot imagine how bad Prag will feel if he loses this.
Yeah, I know this is just a very weird game for
sad.
Prag.
It's
I
definitely-
don't think he's ever lost in this way. But, you know, everything happens for the first time as well. Let's just see now if Prag has any final tricks up his sleeve. King B2 played, Rook B1 check would have been so lovely, but the knight controls that square. My rook wants to get in here, Amruta,
The
somehow.
bishop on E3 now
Look
becomes
at
the most
threat.
annoying one.
Look at the threat. Queen takes E3 is the threat, so that if FE3 this is pinned. So
But do you care? Like, can you go A6 and not care?
no,
Queen
don't
E3,
go A6.
A7?
King B3. What a beautiful move again, Deac. Now Deac suddenly you see Deac is playing in beast mode,
And Rook H1 again, but that's too
threatening
late.
Rook B1 because the knight
now
is pinned.
A6, every time I'm only...
You want to play? I think A6 is winning. King B2. Oh, draw. No way.
No,
No
draw
way.
A6.
Deac takes a draw. No way. Come on, Deac. By the way, Queen E5 also
I
wins
hope
because
he
Queen
takes a
E3,
draw, Sagar.
Queen
I
H2.
hope.
Yeah, he takes Queen E5.
Uh-oh.
Exactly. I mean, he's a 2700 plus player. Come on. He's not going to fall for this. But you know, Amruta, there is this bishop lined up here. If somehow we can make it work.
After that pawn, at least there is some ray of hope over there. The bishop
Prag
becomes
takes
ray.
on E3. The pawn cannot take it pinned. So he has to take Queen H2. That's the only move. Maybe there's Rook G7 ideas. Why?
Yeah, he
He's
takes.
taking Queen H2. Oh! Did he lose on time?
No, 2 seconds here.
Seconds. Diach is
And
like,
capturing a piece from far away is a little bit of a... Yeah, a lot of
Amruta,
extreme risk.
Prag is making his final hope with the E-pawn. It's pinned here. And now what did Diach do here? Which made Prag completely shocked and stunned. He takes on G7. And that's over, guys. Because after King takes Queen C7 check coming out of the pin. And next move, you just take this and you are winning.
Wow.
Oh, Prag is so sad. Prag is like, but you know, Amruta, Prag has this insane ability to rationalize this, what has happened here. He will just be like, okay, I didn't deserve perhaps that win with Arvind in the end because I was losing. And now I lost something that I was better. It's okay.
But then initially he was also winning against Arvind, right? So that was like...
Yes, but Prag has to think more. Oh, by the way, Amruta, in some senses, Queen C3, Knight D5, some fork. Of course, Queen C3, there is Queen C3, but something.
Oof, my god, this will be the most shocking game for me. Wait, let's
By the
just
way,
finish the game.
Arvind is.
No, let's finish this
I know,
game. No,
but he's a piece up, so he's completely winning against Levon. And Praggnanandhaa now A6 played.
Most shocking.
Amruta,
Like,
is
it's
there
unfathomable.
any twist still left? Any twist?
I mean, I would love if there are any. He plays knight d5.
What? Knight D5 played? Okay.
Yep. But then what? Queen d6 check and it's over, right?
Just
Knight
come
F6.
back. Yeah, some hope. Amruta, कुछ भी हो
Okay, what
सकता है.
about A7? What is the problem? A7 को?
नहीं, Queen मर रहा था.
अरे.
Yes, Queen. So he goes check, King B4. Okay.
Starboy says Diach motivated me to never give up. Yeah, Diac के पास it was like he didn't have time, he didn't have money, he didn't have anything in life. Okay, and then suddenly, all of a sudden, just like he just hanged in there, like hang in there. ऐसा भी नहीं lottery लगा. Just hang in.
Yeah.
Man.
Sometimes it's all about hanging in there. And now knight d5. Just because you just pin this here. He has, by the way, just 6, 5, 4. He plays queen c5. Amruta, I get this feeling something कुछ तो हो सकता है.
You know, that can happen if Diac comes down to 1 second and then Prag exchanges the queen so that there is no time for Diac to capture the queen.
No, there's 10-second increment, so you
yeah.
can't do that.
Oh, Diac the ultimate. Diac got a lot of fans through this, man. Like, it's like Diac the ultimate motivator. Starboy glazing like crazy. Oh my god.
Okay, Amruta, knight d7 played here by Prag. Now again, knight queen check.
No, it's a matter of a moment now.
King
Knight
h5.
f6,
If you
h7.
take here, I think he wants to take on c3 with the check. So king h5. Prag hoping.
But what if a7 queen c3 check abhi? Okay.
Yeah, knight b5
Knight
is the
b5.
win.
Yeah, knight b5.
Oh, he goes knight e4. Oh, back. Prag is back.
Not
Prag is
back,
back
but
somehow.
at
Queen
least not
c2.
losing
Prag.
immediately.
Prag find queen c2.
But he has 13 seconds,
No,
you know.
come on,
Prag has
Amruta.
13 seconds.
Amruta, there could be a final twist here. Anything can happen with Prag.
Oh my god.
Queen
I
c2.
mean,
go
queen
for it.
c2 is the
No,
best
he goes
chance.
knight e5. Oh, he's threatening some check.
Okay, a7 then knight c4.
Oh, he lost on time.
No,
Prag lost
no.
on time. No, this is
No,
the
Baba.
ultimate. Amruta, this is the ultimate turnaround. Prag lost on time. Prag lost on time, really.
It guys, for all those who joined in, it started with Prag having 22 minutes or more and Diac having 30 seconds. And Prag losing on time is the most shock. Like, is it some psychological thing? Yeah, you feel like you've not been able to use that time. I told you, you can.
Amruta, let's go quickly to Arvind's game. But
no, very
you know,
sad. I am very like.
and Arvind wins. Arvind scores his first win against Levon. Levon is shaking his head. He's like, I just missed this queen a3 move.
Very, very nicely with a smile. He shook the hands.
Levon is a class act. He's a classy
So
act.
this is something to learn from Levon. But Arvind, guys, recovering in that very less time, fighting back, finding best moves most of the times, and then beating Levon is huge.
So in a way, Arvind ends the day on 50% score with 1.5 out of 3. Prag ends with a 2 out of 3. Very well could have been 3 out of 3, but Diac really gave him a very, very unconventional loss there. And and on the other boards, Amruta, we have a few more games that are going on right now. Fedoseev versus Duda. Let's just have a look at that one. Right now, Fedoseev is on 1.5 points and he is completely winning. So he might become the leader. We also had Topalov beating MVL. What a big result that is. Veselin Topalov saying that I still have those dangerous moves with me. Meanwhile, Alireza Firouzja.
Play with Kramnik, yeah, it would be an amazing experience.
Yeah, but Alireza Firouzja worse against David Gavrilescu. Alireza on 1.5, David on 1. So this tournament actually becoming very tough.
Oh my god, Alireza has 33 seconds, David has 44 seconds. Maybe these are the last 2 games which are going on for the last round of today, guys, and then tomorrow will come at the same time, no? 5:30.
Yeah.
Today in the beginning we had all the internet issues and all, but I think it was.
I don't
okay.
know what happened.
Or was
Amruta.
it
It was not in.
It was not internet.
I think we just started the stream again.
Maybe
and
we
it
should
worked.
we should not schedule the stream. I think for tomorrow.
What?
Like it's a बहुत पहले का है ना. Fresh stream is working well. क्या नहीं?
Schedule अपन सालों से कर रहे हैं.
हाँ ना, पर अभी YouTube का कुछ glitch रहेगा ना.
हाँ, but दिखते हैं. बंद कर देते हैं दोनों.
हाँ.
Arjun, yes, let's look at Arjun's position in Bundesliga, guys. Right now, Ajubai is maybe did he finish his game? Oh, he's playing still. Oh, crazy game. Man, Arjun Erigaisi. Let me think what should be the evaluation of the position because I haven't switched on the bar. There is a check that could come from here. Oh my god, it looks like already black has a draw in hand. Because rook d2 check, I have to go here, check. If I go here, there is check. So I think black is safe. Oh no, no, no. I forgot the queen could drop back. But is that endgame so good for... I mean, black looks like has the pawn here, has the pawn here. Guys, what do you think should be the evaluation of this position? I think black is fine. For me, the evaluation is maybe equal. Let's see. Yes, it's 0.2. And this is the variation, right variation that was assessed. Take fe or king e3, whatever you take, let's say fe3. And then king a3. Okay, it's going to be a crazy game after rook d7, king a2, rook f7, b4. Check, king b1, rook b7, c5, e4, trying to create my own passer here, king c2, f5, take, e6, b3, and yeah, I mean, white is the one in trouble because e7, I'll just sack it and win. So yeah, very, very tough game for Arjun here. Let's see what happens next here. But his team has already won because Sindaro won and also Van Forest won. I also wanted to have a look at this game between Aronian and Aravind because we did see it until this moment. Queen c7, big mistake, bishop d5. And I wanted to see how he converted it. So first he went king g7, queen b6. He didn't trade. Queen b2, attacking the pawn here on e5. Queen f5 was played. He played rook e1. And he's not pushing f6 because f6 just weakens everything considerably. My queen can enter from here. So he played queen f6, rook a1, knight takes b7, and he just chopped off. So he had to give up that piece. h5. I don't know if this... Oh, you can't play even queen f3 because if you thought bishop f3, rook b2 could be played, which is a good drawing chance, there was an intermezzo check here. That's the problem. So h5, rook a8, takes, h4, he took, queen f4. Because if you take on h4, I take the pawn on e5. So queen f4, bishop d5, check, bishop g8, check, takes, king g2, f5, and Arvind of course knew this is winning. Bishop d5 played, and then king g5, king g3, king h5. He plays bishop e6, waits, and then f4. And here resignation, because if e takes f4, he will play king takes. And now, you know, I'm slowly planning to come in this way to attack your g pawn. If you play g5, f5 pawn is lost. And in case you push the pawn here, well, I'm going to play bishop e8, attacking here. You have to go back. I'll come in. You go back. I come in. And eventually lose all the pawns. So that's how it happened. Fedoseev, by the way, won. He's finished today as the sole leader, I believe, with 2.5 points out of 3. We have Firouzja on 2, Praggnanandhaa on 2. We have Levon Aronian, who has been winless today, I believe. 2 draws and 1 loss on 1 point. Deac Bogdan Daniel providing the big upset of the day, beating Prag 1.5 points. I'm sure Prag is not feeling well about that game at all. I'm absolutely stunned by the fact that today we had Topalov beating MVL. Because because MVL is a player who's in form, he's playing, he was there at Grenke Chess recently, he was also there in the Paris leg of the freestyle chess, and now he comes here and suddenly he's facing someone who has been an absolute legend in chess but doesn't play anymore much, and then he loses to him. Wow, Veselin Topalov showing that you can't underestimate him in this tournament. And there you have it. Yeah, guys, thank you all. I hope you enjoyed. Alireza is on 2 points, guys, out of 3. And so Fedoseev is the sole leader. Tomorrow we try to bring in the standings and everything. Also make the broadcast even better. But I hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. Do you have any suggestions on how we can improve it tomorrow? I thought we had some good angles. We had this full screen angle where you could follow. We had this angle. We had Harshit Bhai when he joined in, the guest angle. So everything looked pretty okay. Arvind is on 1.5 out of 3. Prerna says it was fun. Thank you so much. Thank you, Prerna, for your very nice messages today and for being such a nice source of inspiration. You see, Prerna means inspiration. So just playing on those words. And score update kar dena Insta pe. Rubel, we will do that for sure. Himang Bhai will do it. Arnav says, thank you, bye. Good night, bye. All the best, Arnav Bhai, for your game tomorrow. Titash says, great stream as usual. Titash, I did read your suggestion about my hair, but I am not really, I don't care much about it. So, about my hair, not about your suggestion. And Avishkar Shikre says, big fan, Sagar Bhai. Thank you. Shreyas, thank you, Sagar Bhai. Thank you, Devi Saba. Bye, everyone. Good night. Okay, I'll see you all tomorrow. Till then, good night. Bye bye.